Tasty, tasty. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever it is you guys you are, and whatever time it is. I hope you're having a really, really good day. Second Thursday stream on a bounce, where we're doing a daytime stream. So welcome back to the stream, folks. Let's see who got first. I think Josh was first with his subscription, and then Ungodly as well. Hey guys, thank you so much for being here. I've also got Carter says rare daytime stream. I'm going to try and make this every Thursday, maybe every Tuesday as well. I want to stream more, because we have like a load of content that I can stream, that I can do. So everything from sharing builds to how we work in the background, that kind of stuff. So yeah, definitely want to try and do more. So Randall Bolts, hey man, Conan as well, Chartered Music, sup, Simbolo, afternoon, just, yeah, it's 12:09 here, yeah. 5 AM over here, hey Conan. I don't know where in the world you are. I assume it's US based. JMS, thank you so much for being here. Zosko as well. Seems like Nobao did the research about the stabs. Very curious on hearing your opinion. Can we save that one until the Sunday stream? Because I'm only about halfway through watching the video. I had to watch it in stops and starts, and I've only watched about half of it so far. So I do want to talk about it. I just want to make sure I finished it first, if that's okay. I'll do the unthinkable and lube the Nobao stabs once I get our hands on them. Sure. I hate the whole conference yesterday at 3 AM and now suffering the consequences. Wait, what? You ate the conference? I don't even want to imagine how much those stabs are going to cost. $800? $80? I don't know. $90? I don't know. We'll see. If they're 400, they better last until I pass my keyboard to my children if I have any, and their entire lifetime too. I don't think they'll be $400. He spent a lot of money on them. I can tell. Like my current preposition for this is that they are an improvement, but I don't think they're end game. I think it can be done better. So I'll talk about that on the actual mainstream on Sunday, because I want to watch the video first, just to make sure I'm not gonna say something that he hasn't already covered in the last part of the video. So I'll get around to that. Actually, hey man, I'm good to see you. Yeah, I'm doing well. It's Thursday. I was actually up really early this morning. I was by 4:48 this morning. I was already at the top of a mountain. I climbed a mountain with a friend of mine. We took their dog for a walk. We went up a mountain. We did go to watch the sunrise together. She's like, this is a vet. She's like my mum. She actually runs a business next door but two to us, and she's lovely, and she's basically like my mum, because my actual mum's dead. She's not around anymore, but a vet has become my kind of surrogate mother in a way. So it's really nice to do something with her this morning. So we took her dog up onto the top of the mountain. We had a nice walk. We did about 5 miles, I think 4 or 5 miles, and then came back. And then I crashed hard because I left at 2 AM this morning. So I was up at 2. I barely slept. And then there we go. Thanks for Zoompad advice again. Loving it. Glad you like it. Yeah. I think we've got some more in stock now as well. Formaldehyde. Yeah, I'm using my TGR Koala. Yeah. Specs are on there as well. Better, just slap the lube on the stabs. So I just paused the video, quite interesting. So I don't want to talk about this too much until like the proper stream, because I don't want to say something and then Norbauer have kind of like approached it or addressed it at some point later on in the conversation. My current feel is he's absolutely right that using lube and other methods to silence and stop rattling stabilizers, whatever mods you want to think of in that kind of space, are a crutch. And the real issue is that it's a bad engineering choice, right? There is a better way to engineer this thing. That being said, I'm not sure adding more moving parts is the right answer. But I'll talk about it properly on stream, because I'll bring up the diagrams and I'll show you guys what I mean and what I'm talking about. So nice slicing out. Thank you. Yeah, I've been practicing. It's getting better. It's getting better. You can see in the top camera there. Those are GMK analog dreams. Now I recognize them. Yeah. You feel tired? I feel really, really tired. Like, I'm usually pretty active in terms of like getting out and doing like lots of hiking and stuff like that. That's one thing I love. I haven't done anything really this year, and I felt it today. I really did feel it. Afternoon, you handsome devil. Thank you, I appreciate that. That sort of wake up is usually rewarded with a flight. You could have flown today. Like the wind was really bad at the top of where we were. It's like a long ridge line in Edale, and yeah, you could, if you'd have jumped like and had like a jacket open, the wind would have probably taken you. I can relate. My mum passed away from breast cancer many years ago, so I have the same with some older ladies who are like a motherly figure to me. My stepmom as well, of course, but at work the old ladies in the office all treat me like the son, even baking me cakes for my birthday. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. So Yvette, I've known Yvette for about 4 years now, and her husband Kevin and her son Lewis. And Lewis and I are very good friends. He's actually been on stream before by accident. When we were in the old building, he came in once while I was streaming, and he just barges into my office all the time just to ask me stuff or whatever, borrow tools, that kind of stuff. And he actually came in on stream once. This is years ago now. But yeah, I get on really, really well with them. And yeah, Yvette and I, yeah, we'd like to get out and hike and stuff. We've got another one coming up on the 15th of June. It's a 20-mile hike around the Edale skyline, so that'll be pretty cool. I'm really looking forward to that, but today has shown me that I have let my fitness go and I need to get out on the hills more. Blackbrook says, what's on the wrist? It's my usual daily wear watch. It's just the Omega Swatch Mission to Pluto. So that's all I'm wearing today. New options is always fun. Yeah. Yeah, I'm keen to try these stabilizers out. I really am. Say hi to my girlfriend, please, Jay. I have unfortunately got her very interested in keyboards. Well, we're going to have some great keyboards today to have a look at. Anonymous Spiker's girlfriend. So there you go. That's nice, and that sounds good. Yeah, so the 20-mile hike around Edale it's going to be a tough one. We did a couple of these last year, did Yvette and I, where we would like have like a guided tour around, just because it's easier and stuff, and it's nice to have a guide and stuff and keep you to pace and all of that kind of thing. So yeah, so we're just going to do a couple more this year. Did I see a Niois or Niois by Hallie? I did. I saw it on Reddit last night, I think. It's kind of like the Alice style board. I assume it's like a pun on the like the word Alice, but with the oo-woo inflection, right? I haven't looked in detail. I did see it. I haven't looked in detail at it, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I also saw the IC for the 4 boards for $300 or something. Not the one that was going to be run by Aregs, but a new one from a company called Hexakey. Hoxakey. I'm not sure you pronounce it, but Hiexakey, which is interesting, and it's like the second one of these that we've seen, so it's interesting. MKC65 or the new Crush. So I want to talk about the Crush. This is one of the things I want to talk about in keyboard news. Let me do something here. Hold on. Hold on. So, in fact, actually, let's move over to the build stream view here. Let's see if I can do this. Hold on. Give me a second, guys. I really want to talk about. Why can I not find it? Right. Okay. Hold on. I'm having to do some editing on the fly here. Editing on the fly, like I did for the subs guide earlier on. Right. Okay. So this is the website. You've all seen the website. You know the website. If we go to group buys and then live group buys, the Crush 65, wrong one. The Crush 65 keyboard kit. This is unbelievable. Okay, so let's have a look at the board. Open link in detail. Let's have a look at some of these pictures. Oh wait, what? I wanted to open the image. Come on, Jay, what are you doing? Open the image. A new tab. There we go. Right. Okay. So look at this. Look at this. Polished PVD. Matte weight. Anodized aluminium. Nice seamless design. Screwless on the bottom, but kind of like hidden all the way around. USB port at the back. Nice rubber feet. Engraved logo. Case. Nuxurus logo up at the top here. Crush 65 logo down at the bottom. Okay. Look at this. Really nice side profile. A wedge up here. Nice side profile. The little kink there. Love it. Comes with a box and everything else. Great top-down view. Very, very standard 65%, but looks great. Logo on the back. Look at this. Look at that. How good does this look as well? Right? All that, and it's £132 including VAT. It's £110 before VAT, and it's £132 including VAT. That gives you any choice of colour. Basically any of the anodized aluminium color matching weights, a little bit extra if you want the PVD or whatever else, but hey, it's like you want brass, it's an extra 12 quid. Well, 14 quid including VAT. It's an extra £14. And then you've got your PCB, you can have solder or hot swap. And there's no uplift charge for having a hot swap PCB. There's no uplift charge. So for £146, you can have this with a brass base, a brass weight. £146 plus shipping. Like, this is it's nuts pricing. And look how beautiful it is. Like, if you look at the colours, like, look at these colours. That lilac is something special, by the way. Like, I've seen some IRL samples of this. It's something special. That lilac, this picture does not do that lilac justice. And look how good the copper looks on all of these as well. Look at it. Look at it. ISO support as well. If you get the solder one, you can have ISO. And it's 132 quid for the cheapest option. 132 quid. Or £110 if you don't pay VAT. If you're like not a VAT paid, it's £110. What's £110 in US dollars? It's $137. Like what? Look how beautiful it is. If this board had been this price in the hobby 5 years ago, we would not have the hobby we have today. We would not have the hobby we have today. Look how beautiful that is. It's unreasonably cheap. You are absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Wait. What do I need to turn off? There we go. There we go. Oh, I need to turn off here as well. There we go. It's unreasonably cheap. Yes, the price is insane. Yes. We'll talk about builds in a minute because I haven't actually got a clue what I'm going to start with yet. I really want a PC one. Yeah, definitely looks nice. Not a fan of the logo. Another good addition for the budget customs. Dude, it's phenomenally well priced. The expected units for this board must be bent. Let's get the price down for that. No, it's just yeah, because Sauer is the manufacturer, I believe, and yeah, their pricing is just obscenely good. It's just obscenely good. They did the Gehirn as well quite recently, which we'll be unboxing today, and the quality that they produce is phenomenal. I'm looking at producing some prototypes with them because cheap and good are not two things that come by often in this hobby. So yeah. Looks SP111 lilac-ish. It's a slightly different color, but it's nice. It's really nice. Like, it's underrated and slept on. I didn't need another 65, but you've twisted my arm. Like, dude, like it's phenomenal for the price. I just don't get it. I don't understand why everyone isn't buying one of these. Like, this, if you don't own a 65%, this is like, it's like your monthly Starbucks cost to get a 65% in your collection. That is good quality. So, yeah. You should convince my girlfriend to buy this. Paid more for a plastic ducky keyboard in 2015. Yeah, I mean, times have changed, right? Injection molded plastic is coming down in price, but that's expensive for a different reason. So this is where we're going to go into, like, manufacturing discussion. So milling aluminium is one thing, injection molding plastic is another. To create the processes and tools and jigs you need to mill aluminium, it's not that expensive once you've got past the machine cost, like the physical machine cost, like the CNC machine. So whether you're doing 1 or you're doing 100, you're only going to get the price down by like 20-25%, something like that on average across 100. If you're doing like 10,000 by CNC, you probably get it down even more and stuff like that, but you know, economies of scale work that way. With injection molded plastic, you have one-off costs of tens of thousands to get your molds correctly set up so that you can injection mold plastic. But then actually doing the injection molding is really, really cheap. So it's like $10 worth of plastic, but you've spent $10,000 to get the mold, so you have to sell like 1,000 at $100 to try and make your money back and break even, and then it becomes cheaper over time. Once you paid off the original production costs, you can then kind of like, you know, pay that off over time, because there's a lot of development that goes on into injection molding to make sure that the flues are correct and that you're getting enough plastic flowing into the right areas and all of this. It's kind of like a whole process. It's absolutely achievable and absolutely doable, but then of course molds only have a certain lifespan, so then you've got to remake the molds. But once you've made one good one, it's easy to make a second good one rather than starting from scratch. It's a whole thing, and I'm really, really skimming the surface level of the detail here. There's a lot more I can tell you about that. Why buy a Kohaku, for example, if you have this option? Rue, there becomes a certain point in almost any hobby where the return on investment is ever diminishing, and you will end up getting to a point where to get 1% better, you're paying 3, 4, 5 times the price. And better is so subjective. Like, there is the elitist in me that has the, you know, the J series boards, which I love, or the Kohaku or the Toma or whatever board you want to pick, the Koala that's on my desk, and I will look at these boards and think it's not the same, it's not as good. Why is it not as good? You've got designer, you know, like any premium product. Like, you can go and buy like a Birkin bag and it'll cost you, I don't know, £25,000, but you can also go buy a Mulberry bag that's very, very similar and it'll be £1,000. It's 1/20th of the cost. But then you can also go to, like, I don't know, like Primark and buy their version and it'll be £10. So beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and the ever amount of diminishing returns based on investment is very much a subjective experience. Gen Z spending money on avocados instead of buying 65s. Yeah, absolutely
incredible.
With Wook Studio 11 of Bliss, would you go for the lilac or purple Crush 65? Oh man, I'd probably go for the purple with that, because that lavender is quite a strong color on the Lavender Bliss set. So yeah, I probably would for that. What about alu casting? I can imagine for the future that bigger custom key brands will make use of it to mass produce at least the simple parts and CNC more complex ones are afterwards. That already happens. There's loads of keyboards out there that are cast, and then once you've got the rough shape cast, it's then milled down to make the actual shape. That happens a lot already, and that is part of the reason why some keyboards are so cheap compared to others, because they're not being milled from a solid extruded block of aluminium. They're being milled from a very close to final shape, final positioning, and final fitment molded case. So yeah, why buy Little Buenos when you can buy Kinder ones? They taste the same, right? Hey, depends on the percent improvement you get versus a percent increase on price. For example, drawing tablets, Wacom tablets at 16 inches around 1,500, while other brands are half for 90% of the experience. Yeah, but it depends, right? But if that's your living, if that's the tool that you use to make your living, you're gonna want the best experience. If that's like 2 days of your take-home salary, you're gonna buy the tool that does it best, right? You can take this to anything. I use power tools a lot. At one point, I was sponsored by Ryobi, so they sent me a load of shit for free. It was cool. Is great. Now, Ryobi tools are mediocre. I think, you know, you've got your Makitas, your DeWalts, your Milwaukee at the top end of the pile, and you've got your budget no-name brands at the bottom. Ryobi's squarely in the middle of the pack, but almost everything I have is Ryobi, because I got a couple of bits for free, and it just made sense to keep using the same batteries and buying other mediocre cheap tools that do just a fine job for what I do. Like, I'm not, like, you know, using my tools all day. So, but it really depends. But if I was an auto mechanic, or I was doing auto electrics or something like that, and I needed those tools every single day, I don't think the Ryobi would be up to it. So I'd probably go for the Milwaukee or something like that. So it really depends on what you're doing. Like, I want a nice tool to type, and that's why PT started, right? I wanted a nice tool to use on my desk. That's where the original JL1 design came from. I used other boards, I bought other customs. I thought I can do this better, or for me, not for everyone else, but just for me. And that's where the JL1 was born from. So yeah. Diminishing returns are a real thing. Let's not forget a £10 cube does the same as a £500 one. Yeah, like a £10 watch does the same as a £5,000 one, right? But I want a £5,000 watch. But it's not actually. It's £4,100, and it was decreased in price last night to 3,500 quid. And I was like, I haven't done a buy though. I have not done a buy. Some people it makes sense, others it does not. Exactly, absolutely right. Yeah. Pretty sure that's why the Bakanico does, but could be wrong. Yeah, the Bakanico isn't the only one, but one of the Canon Keys version of the Bakanico were cast aluminium and then milled to make them the final perfect shape. The issue is that when you want to do like cast aluminium, you have to be doing like a certain amount. So like when we're doing the JO1 final edition and the JO3 later on this year, I'm limiting that to 50 or 75 units maximum. That's it. I don't want to do any more than 75, and I'd be surprised if we sell 50 of them. There is not enough money to invest from just 50 keyboards into doing the cast version and then milling afterwards. Like, there is an upfront cost to doing that before it becomes cheaper, and 50 units is not where that is. I don't know the actual math off the top of my head. I suspect it's somewhere around 200 units. Like, after 200 units it starts to get cheaper. After 500 units it's significantly cheaper. So yeah. Which case with the retro keycaps? Which retro keycaps? The batteries is how they get you. Yeah. The schedule stream. If you look below, you'll see the schedule. You'll see the schedule on Twitch. I think. Hold on. Is that even on there? Did I save that? Let me have a look. I need to have a look now. I can't even spell Twitch. Wait, what? Wait, the schedule should be under that. Is it under there? Can you see that? Because like what I see is very different. What I see is this, and it doesn't actually show the stuff under there that other people see. Hold on. Let me do that again in a thingy browser. A new incognito window. Let's go have a look how it looks to other people in a thingy browser. A new incognito window. Let's. No, it doesn't show. How bizarre. How bizarre. I am going to edit that now. I'm going to edit that live while we're on the stream because I did all this the other day. And I could have sworn that I'd put that on there. Let's figure out why it's not there. Oh wait, what? Remove. Where's stream schedule now? Where's it gone? How bizarre, I don't even know where it is. Streamception. Yeah, like this is so weird because it should show here. And I did edit a lot of this the other day. Hold on. Let's have a look. Where is it? Community. Nope. Content. Nope. If anyone knows where it is, let me know. Streaming tools? Where the hell is it? How to edit your stream schedule on Twitch. Channel page setup. Let's have a look. Let's figure out where it is. Settings, channel schedule. Mr. Captain Reed, thank you. Yeah, so it's here. Look, Thursdays. It's there. It's definitely there. Why is it not showing? Your schedule represents a general week to give views and ideas when you'll be live. Every Thursday, 1 till 3. So it was a little bit early today. And every Sunday. Why does that not show on the main thing? Or am I just missing it? Am I just missing it? Maybe it's invisible when you're live, which is silly. That would be very, very silly. It's here. Why isn't that showing on the thing though? Okay, so it looks like these disappear when I'm live. Yeah, okay. That's terrifying. I do need to add some of the other panels down here actually. I'm so bad at this whole streaming malarkey, like setting this sort of stuff up, because you look at other streamers and they have everything under there. They have all of the links to Discord and all of this and all of that. I really need to do that. I really need to sort that out. Anyway, okay, fine. It does exist. I will figure it out. I wasn't wrong. It is there. The schedule is there, and it does show that I'm live a little bit early here. Live a little bit early. Was the about work? Yeah, so the about works. The home. How bizarre. Okay, well, it is what it is. It's working. It's working, maybe not as intended or as expected, but it's working. Let's get rid of all these pages now. I've got too many browser windows open. There we go. Cool. It's a separate tab. Not sure why it's not showing when you're live. How bizarre. You can see it. Great UX. It's extremely silly. It definitely feels like that disappears when I'm actually live. Twitch be silly again. They have to click your logo to see it, same as you would for videos. What? Okay, it's definitely there though. It's definitely there. If anyone is a really good like Twitch engineer and wants to help me out with some stuff, like setting it up properly, like just doing this sub goal, where is it, down here, like this was a lot of work for me because I'm so not used to doing all of that kind of stuff, but I really want to try pushing the stream a little bit. So yeah, which reminds me, when we hit 200 subs, that's when we're going to do the next GMK giveaways. So yeah, Captain Reed, slide into my DMs, good sir, and we'll have a chat. Cool. Okay, so let's start with PT news anyway, because I haven't even talked about PT news yet. So this week has been good. We finished the Zoom 98s. The replacement parts for those arrived. They're all done and gone and shipped. The Zoom 75s are all done. The Zoom pads are all done. The Zoom pads are already in stock. The Zoom 75 and the Zoom 98 extras go in stock on Friday at 6 p.m, which is excellent and amazing news, and I'm very excited to put them in stock, and I'm hoping that you all buy them all out within a few days. There's a slight issue on the shipping time for these, because Friday is right before bank holiday weekend. So normally if you order on a Friday, it would 100% ship on the Monday. It can't ship on the Monday because Monday is a bank holiday. So all of these orders over the weekend are going to ship on Tuesday. Mel is also on holiday on Friday and next week. So she's not back in until like Wednesday next week. So it's going to be like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I think I'm going to have to work Monday anyway. But obviously there won't be a UPS collection. And then Tuesday, Wednesday is going to be like catch-up days. So it's going to be a bit busy. Anyway, the plan for tomorrow is to tackle the QK60... Sorry, not the QK. The Zoom 65 V2. Clownfish, thank you so much for the gift sub. I appreciate that. That's one closer towards our sub goal. Wait, it's down here now. Thank you so much for that. I thoroughly appreciate it. Oh, it's 5 tier 1 gift subs. Thank you. So wait, we're 100 and... What's that now? Is that even big enough to read? Do I need to make this bigger? There. That'll do. 186 out of 200 total subs. There we go. Cool. Thank you so much, dude. 186. Just 14 more to go before we can do the giveaways. I'm pretty excited for that. Because like I have to like encourage you guys to support us, right? Less as a streamer, more as a manager or mod. Well, if you can help me like set up the page how I want it to look, that'll be really useful. I appreciate you. You're the captain of Twitch. Nice. So yeah, so that's all happening. We have got some other group buys live. I really should talk you guys through the live group buys and actually show them, right? Like I really should do this. Like we've already talked about the Crush 65, so maybe this is how I need to start streaming. This KKB in Ski Data Neo, like if you haven't done a buy, do a buy, because this is a stunning set. Like this is classy. and free UK ISO. Look at this. Look, UK ISO. Not pounds, not pence. You don't pay for it. You get it for free. You just have to add it to cart. We do this for all KKB sets now, but you want to buy a KKB set, you can get ski data and the UK keys for free. No other vendor is offering this in the world, just us. There is a Nordic kit as well. That's not free. Sorry, that's not free. But if you want the UK ISO kit, it is free if you buy a base kit. All you have to do is put a base kit in cart and add the free ISO kit, and you can get that for free. But this is... Ski data had to come back at some point, and I'm really glad it did, because... Oh, why am I so bad at this today? Because look how beautiful it is. Look how good that looks. Ski data is such a classic set. For those that you don't know, this was originally... So Ski Data is actually a company in Europe who now produces tools like car parking meters and stuff like that. So if you go to a car park in the UK, most of them are run by Ski Data machines. Some of these older machines that they had for car parks and other things had keyboards attached to them which had GMK keycaps on, which is where this colour scheme came from. You're not too sure what to put it on? Can I suggest that you put it on a Crush 65? Because... look how good this would look. Look how good this keyboard would look with Ski Data on it. In fact, this colorway with Ski Data. So yeah. Like, wait, how much would that be? Let's make a cart up here. Let's make a cart up. I'm tempted to do cream e-coated aluminium with a copper weight, solder PCB. Tick the box, add to cart, and base kit, add to cart. Obviously you can't order these together, you'd have to order them separately. Oh wait, I already had one. Remove. Don't even know how my own website works. Like £234. £234 plus shipping. But 200. I can't even believe that this is so low. Like, how on earth is this even possible? Like, how are we selling them for this price? Right, I look at this, right, genuinely, right, I look at this and it makes me think, has one of the team messed up the pricing? Because it doesn't make sense to me sometimes. Like, I'm thinking, has Sharon set the prices right for the Crush? Like, is this too cheap? Should it not be like 20 quid more or 30 quid more or 100 quid more? Genuinely, this is how I look at it. So anyway, we've talked about that. The other group prize we have live right now. Oh, it's your last chance to get GMK Nerve as well. This is a cool set. If you like the old Hyperfuse kind of stuff and you like bright colors, Nerve is cool as fuck. Like, it is cool. And there is a secret in the novelty that very few people have spotted. Do you see this novelty here? Oh wait, I'm not even showing it. Do you see this novelty here on Nerve? This one just here. Hold on. Can you see that novelties? Can you see where I'm dragging here? This one here. This one here. If you draw a line right across the middle of the keycap, it says something. Like, hold on. How can I do this? Let's grab the snipping tool. And let's share in Paint. Let's add a source, window capture, add source, new source, Paint, add source, window, Paint. Oh, in fact, actually, I can do this. Look there. Can you see it? Can you? I can just drop this over the top. Can you actually see what I'm trying to show you now? This keycap. If you do that, what does it say? Can you see that? How cool is that? Yeah, no, I know it's just black. Look at the keycap behind it. Look at the keycap behind it. Look at the keycap. And then look, I'm covering up the eye at the bottom. I'm covering up part of the text. Now what does it say? Like, it's cool, right? I'm so bad at this. I need to invest in like proper paint and stuff like that and tools to do it. Last chance this week to join that. And if you like copper keycaps, well, these are all copper. The whole thing is copper, just lots and lots of copper. Actually, this is actually one off the mill and then laser ablated. Full copper keycap set with, it's not UK ISO, but it does have ISO support, right? You can have your big chunky ISO enter key and your short left shift with terminal ISO, which is pretty cool. These are all laser ablated rather than milled, but they're pretty cool still. So these won't patina. No, they're covered in like a clear coat, but you could probably strip that off with just some washing soap or something like that, like some dish soap. That'd pull it off. Yeah, it is quite. Wait, the prices aren't updating. Hold on. There you go. It is quite spendy. I appreciate that, but it's a cool set. It's a really cool set. Cute little detail. Yeah, like so many people just missed that it actually says nerve. Like the first time the designer showed me it, like I was like, wait, that keycap says like it's like a mirror. What does it actually say? And I was just like putting a piece of paper up to the screen to see it. I can't obviously show you a piece of paper on the screen, but yeah. Black Crush 65 with KKB Instant. What weight would people do? PVD. I don't usually go for PVD. But yeah. I was thinking I might like the copper caps, but I don't know. Seems a bit much for me. I feel like I would get tired of it after a week. It's cheap compared to in-stock or keys, to be honest. Yeah, it is. It is cheap compared to the full set. And I'm gonna be honest, like we've tried to keep the group buy pricing down massively here. The in-stock price is going to be significantly more. Like it's going to be like really a lot more, like 30% more, probably more, 30% minimum more, because it's just really expensive. Really digging the red-black PVD combo, but split between this and the PC copper combo. Insert both .gif. Maybe do that. So yeah, maybe have a look at that. Makes sense. They're a niche keycap type, but worth it if you want it. Absolutely, yeah. They're just really, really expensive to make. Like if you look at the Alluvia set, like and the olive one, I can't remember what that was called, but yeah, they're just expensive to make. The Alu Mizu as well, really expensive to make. I don't know if the PC Crush does have threaded inserts. I can't remember. If you ask me that on the Discord, JQ, I will double check. Let's see. Can we see in the images? Does it show in the image? Hold on. Let's share. Let's have a look together. Does it show in the image? Oh, okay. It doesn't show in the image, but I think that's just because that's a render. Let's have a look. Is there a PC image? Can't tell on that one. Let's have a look. There's got to be another PC image. Oh, hold on. This should show us. They look like they're milled. They don't look like they have an insert. That looks like it's milled to me. Let's see if we can make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, that looks like it's a milled and threaded, but not a threaded insert. It's like milled and threaded into the PC. There have been boards that have done that successfully. You could put your own helicoils in for very cheap. I think it'll be fine. I'd probably just replace the screws with nylon screws myself, so you're not going to strip it because you've got nylon screws. If you ever want nylon screws as well, so whenever you're putting like a PC board together, I always buy my own screws for these. I've never made a PC board personally, but we've sold a few. But if I'm ever doing it, I buy my own. You come to Westfield Fasteners. This is in the UK. Machine bolts and screws, metric, and then in here somewhere, they do have polycarbonate screws. You actually won't be able to find them today, but they do have polycarbonate screws. Why can I not find this? I swear they're on this site somewhere. I have seen, I have loads of them. Maybe they're not on this particular listing. They 100% have them. I don't know where it is. I could have sworn it was on here. Ah, there you go. Look, okay, yes. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong place. So on the bar here, nylon. They do nylon ones there. So here, socket head caps. If you need hex keys, nylon. They have the sizes. They have it for. I'm sure they do Torx ones as well. Oh, they do nice pan head screws. I don't really use pan head screws, but they look pretty cool. They'd be nice in nylon. Anyway, it's an option. You can always go to here and you can find nylon screws because they have loads of different nylon screws. And I just replaced them with nylon ones. Oh, you can even do threaded rods with nylon. Nice. Yeah. But yeah, just check out Westfield Fasteners. Like, if you buy a J series board from PT, Westfield Fasteners is where we get the screws from. They're really, really good. Why buy your own screws, Jay? I don't trust Chinese screws. So when we've had like hundreds of prototypes here at PT, like hundreds of them. And I tend to find that if you have a hex screw, it rounds out. It's either the bit or it's the screw if you use the actual tools included. Now I have my own screwdrivers that are really good. I use these Weha ones. These are some of the most expensive hand screwdrivers for miniature stuff you can get, but they are really, really good. The set I have was like 350 quid, but thoroughly worth it for someone who uses them every day. These tend to round out like cheap screws, like not good quality screws. Westfield Fasteners make some of the best screws I've ever used. I've never rounded out any of their screws, and they're just really good quality, and they're cheap as well. They're really cheap. If I had the time and the effort, what I'd actually do is I'd buy them in bulk from Westfield and I'd split them up and I'd sell them in packs of like 10 for like 2 quid or something. But I just don't have the time because I just believe in their product so much. And nylon screw is actually good, worth it. I've been going through McMaster Carno, I went for the stainless steel screws. So like if I'm screwing into polycarbonate, I don't want to strip the polycarbonate thread, so I will use a nylon screw for that. They will hold it together just fine. They can break and snap and stuff. You have to be very gentle with them. It's the nature of nylon itself, but they are really, really good for that kind of thing. So yeah. Oh, it does? You think it does? It doesn't look like it does here, but even so, if I'm going anything into polycarbonate, I use a nylon screw. Alex also showed threaded insets. Nice, nice. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that. It doesn't look like it on the photos of the prototypes. The prototypes may not have had them. It could be just something that's in the production one. I don't know, but they're definitely not in these pictures. I'm just looking again now, just checking. But yeah, if I had 1p for every screw I've stripped, yeah, you'd have like a quid, right? But no, it's like screws are important pieces of hardware. They're used for fastening things together, and we like them to be tight. I just have, like, I don't have any to hand actually, but pretty much every screw we buy here at PT for whatever we're doing comes from Westfield Fasteners because they're so good at what they do. I don't know who their supplier is or where they manufacture them, but they're just really, really good quality. So yeah, I don't trust cheap screws from Cannon Keys Run Group buys anymore. Not sure which menu they use, but their screws were very badly stripped, and I literally had to drill one out of my $500 board, which now has marks on the job. Dude, that sucks. I'm so sorry. Screws and proper profile tools. Yeah, so proper tools is something that people miss out on all the time. People put a hex key in a hex screw and they will think, oh, it's just about right, and it's not the right size. Or they've got something in, depending on the screw, there's something in metric or imperial and they're using the wrong screwdriver. Or it'll be something like posi drive and they've got a Phillips screwdriver, or vice versa. And you absolutely need to put the right tool into the right screw to make it work. And there's guides online on how to tell the difference, but yeah. You ordered a crush? Nice. Well done. I approve. I approve. You can bring that pie when the boards come in and collect it. People putting Torx heads in the screws. So, there is a time when it's acceptable to put a Torx head in a hex screw. There is a time when that's acceptable, and that time is when the hex screw is rounded out and you can't get the screw out. You can gently tap in with a hammer at the next up size Torx bit, and that will allow you to undo it. That's the only time it's acceptable to try and remove the hex screw if the hex screw is rounded out. Like, that is the only time it's good for it. But yeah, it's a thing. Catch you guys in my workshop using imperial or metric all the time. The biggest place I see this is with impact guns and socket sets, and people will use like a 3/8 socket when they need to use like a metric one, and it's like, what? This is a Japanese car, and you've got an Imperial socket. That's not the right size. It is not the right size. You need a 19mm, not a whatever it is in inches. I don't know. Yeah. Phillips screws are the worst because basically so many worn heads will fit them. Yeah. I mean, that's just a knowledge gap thing. But yeah. If it's completely stripped, you can use a flathead screwdriver as a chisel. Yeah, so if you ever have like a completely stripped screw that you cannot get any tool into, get a Dremel and cut a single line across the middle of it. Get a Dremel, cut a single line across the middle of it, and then put a big flathead in and twist. That'll always get it out as well. So yeah, not a 3/4 inch. Yeah, of course, yeah, but I don't know Imperial measurements. I'm terrible with them, but yeah, like you see it all the time. If you go to like a garage and have your tires changed here, a lot of cars aren't built in Japan, like built in other places of the world, will have Imperial nuts on the wheels, and Japanese cars always have metric nuts on the wheels, and people will use the wrong one quite often. So yeah, Gist versus Phillips screws, stop stripping them. Yeah, but just put Torx in. Yeah, as Frame says, just put Torx in. Jeff, thank you so much for the tier 1 of subs, 6 months in advance, dude. Thank you so much. We're now 187 out of 200 subs. When we hit that total 200 subs, we will be doing some GMK giveaways, whether that's this stream or next stream. I don't know, but hopefully it'll be soon. Screw extractor bits are a thing. Yes, I have dozens, and I prefer not to use them unless I had to. Torx, spline or hex, thank you very much. Ooh, Torx is really useful. Are you saying any hole is not a goal? Reframing my whole life. I feel like you're putting words in my mouth there, Gemma. I feel like you're putting words in my mouth that I haven't said. Left-handed drill bits are good too. Yeah, because left-handed drill bits spin in on the out way on a normal drill bit, so they're really good for actually drilling out a screw, not removing it, but drilling it out and getting rid of it. Yeah. Can we just have more keyboards with balls? I can 3D print you some keyboard balls if you'd like. Regarding the Zoom 75 stock drop, will there be any case combos per chance? So you'll be able to pick with the Zoom stuff, because everything comes pre-packaged independently rather than like with the QK stuff. You will be able to pick a case and you'll be able to pick a weight, and you'll have a list of both to pick from. But there'll only just be enough weight in stock for the cases. So as the stocks dwindle, you might be left with color choices that aren't particularly great. I think the last one we had for one of these runs, when we did, I think it was not this round of Zoom 75s, but the previous one, the last Zoom 75 we had available was a forest green case with a bright pink weight. And it wasn't the best, but the person who bought it really made it work. They did like a mixture of GMK Symbiote and GMK Fox, and I was like, yeah, that works. Fair play to you. Fair play. I'm sorry to ask, but any ideas when Space Dust extras will go up? Thanks for being brilliant. First of all, I'm not brilliant. I'm not. That's not true at all. I think there's a million people who will tell you that's not true. But thank you. Space Dust, we're going to start shipping out tomorrow, and we're going to finish next week. We do lose a day next week because of the bank holiday on Monday, and we lose a couple of staff days this week and next week because Mel is off Friday and Monday next week, and Sharon is off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week. So it's kind of like just me for today, tomorrow. I shouldn't really be working Monday, but I will, and then Tuesday. So we're going to be a little bit late, but my aim is to have the Zoom 65R2, the Doise pad, the Retro 66, because the parts have come. I haven't updated Notion, but I did find the parts for them, and Space Dust out by a week tomorrow. So a week on Friday, everything will be out. If we get that there done, Space Dust extras will be next Friday. If we don't achieve that goal, Space Dust extras will be the week after. So just keep an eye on the Discord, links down below, and we'll put an announcement up as well. Forest Pink plus Green is crying out for a Nezuko build. Nice. I swear to God, I'm going to cry otherwise. I mean, like, I don't know the numbers myself. I haven't looked at them. The team managed that. I don't think every combination is available, so just go in with an open mind, figure out what meets at least most of your needs, and then grab it as quick as you can. Don't go in on Monday. Stay home on Monday, please. Poll? Should we do a poll? Should I stay home or not? Hold on. Let's do a poll. Wait, is any of the mods watching? Blackbrook, can you do a poll? Should I work on Monday or should I stay at home? Let's put a poll up and see. And then after we've done that poll, we'll actually do some work. Because I do need to actually do something and show you. eTalks is the way. eTalks? What's eTalks? Let's have a look. What is eTalks? This is something I don't know. Oh, I do know what eTalks. Okay, yeah, okay, fine, yeah. Yeah, okay, fine. I thought it was something I didn't know. It's just another variation of talks. What is eTalks for? Ooh. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Let's have a look at some images. So there is actually no eTalks screws here. So the difference is, if you guys haven't realized, the difference here is, if you look at these are talks internal because the eTalks is an external talks. So instead of the talks being inside the screw, like here, so you can see here on this one, the talks bit goes into the screw. Instead, what you actually have is you have the talks bit goes around the outside of the screw, the external talks. I do have a full set of these. I don't have any external torque screwdrivers, screws though, or bolts, whatever you call them. I assume it'd be bolts really, rather than screws, but yeah. Cool. Good. Today I learned that was actually had a name. Okay, polls up, guys. Wait, I'm not even logged into Twitch. I can't vote. Why am I not logged into Twitch? I need to get a vote here. I need to get a vote. I'll be the only one that votes it, but there we go. So let me know, guys, whether you think I should work on the bank holiday Monday here in the UK, or whether I should try and take the day off. Do you plan to do another Zoom 75 round? So that's all depends on Mellatrix. So that's not up to me. That's up to Mellatrix. We do plan on doing Neo 80s and QK stuff again. So I think the pre-order... Sharon's working currently on what the next pre-orders for Neo products is going to look like. And QK products. So I expect that I'll figure that out towards the back end of next week and we'll launch it. I think we're a little bit delayed on that. Like we were planning on launching it this week actually. But it's going to be probably a couple of weeks away now. Manu says, me having Jay as a podcast, realizing I've been messing up all my screws. Dude, so many people don't know how to use screws properly. Like, maybe at some point what I should do is I should get like a whole stream where I just show people how to identify which Torx driver you should put in which Torx screw, which hex driver you should put in which hex screw, and all of that kind of stuff as well. eTalks is to mess with potential buyers of your product. Yeah, I think it'd be useful in cars though. Like, I think it'd be really good for like engine mounts and stuff like that. I'm gonna have to have a look at it because I've got another car to restore soon. So, yeah, it's like the Torx is on the head of the bolt and you have a socket rather than driver. Yeah. I think I explained that a second ago. Yeah. Alvi, hey man, good to see you. What say this voted work? The thing is, so I don't know if you guys have realized this, but I am a workaholic. Thank you guys. I will try and stay home on Monday, rest, sleep, and eat. I think we'll actually go to the beach. If I take the day off, we'll go to the beach, and I'll take the dog to the beach. But I am a workaholic, so I'm actually going through like a proper diagnosis for ADHD and autism at the minute. Through a company called Psych, SEIK. They've been really, really good actually, and a couple of friends, I won't point out who because it's very personal, but a couple of friends have pointed me in this direction, and they've been through it and had only good things to say. It's a very difficult process to do, but it's really worthwhile. But one of the things that has come out of it so far is that I have a pathological need to be busy, and this is due to the addictive nature of my personality. I have a very addictive nature to me, and I have long been aware that I need to channel that addiction into positive things that can either do me no harm or only enrich my life, rather than let it become negative things. So for example, this is why I collect watches and cars and pens and keyboards and all of this, because that's me channeling my addictive behaviors into good things. But one of the other things that comes out of that addictive nature is that I have a need to constantly be stimulated in some way, shape or form. My brain needs that stimulation, and the easiest way for me to get that is work. And I had a conversation with another friend just a couple of days ago about, do I ever feel burnout? And to a greater or lesser extent, yes. But the way to fix burnout for me isn't to take a rest and a break and go sit on a beach for 2 weeks. The way for me is to do something new. So this is why, like, you'll see me say that I'll be here working 100 hours a week on PT stuff, but then I'm in the back end setting up a new business to do coffee stuff, because I have that pathological need to produce, to be productive, to do more, to do something, to feed that collective nature of obsession and addiction in my mind. So I'm very consciously aware of it, and I have to like really taper down how I approach things. Like if you ever want me to get me to do something, give me a to-do list, because I will then collect the ticks on the to-do list. Like that's just how my mind works. So that's a really, really great way of motivating me. If my wife needs me to do something, she writes it on the whiteboard on the fridge. If she just tells me and say, oh, the bins need doing, you need to go fill these holes in the wall where we took some pictures down, I want you to put some paint samples up, it doesn't get done. But if there's a tick list there, it has to be done. My need to complete that is overwhelming, and I just will stay up until 3 o'clock in the morning to get it done. So yeah. Masochist. Sadist masochist. Rob says, looking at my first keyboard soon. Are you looking at doing any beginner streams? Difference between plates, and make a beginner build stream as well? Dude, we can absolutely do that. Yeah, 100% we can do that. Looking forward to getting an order for an Avocado Neo 80. Nice, yeah. Beginner streams, yeah, we could absolutely do that. We could talk through structure. We could talk. One of the big things is tools. What equipment do you need? And we're actually working on pulling together like a pouch that has everything that I think people need to build keyboards. This may be something we never actually sell. I don't know. It depends on how it comes out cost-wise. But we're working with some suppliers at the minute in China to produce like a pack, but of only high-quality stuff. This isn't cheap stuff that's going to round out your screws or anything like that. It's proper nice screwdrivers and things, just solely related around a typical keyboard, or the current typical size screws in the keyboard hobby, and the current typical tools that you need. So there's like a pair of flush cutters, there's like a soldering iron, there's I think there's 11 screwdrivers we've identified, I think, from the top of my head that are kind of needed, a couple of different sizes of lube brushes and all of this kind of stuff that I think are the current kind of cream of the crop almost tools to have in a toolkit, so you don't have to buy them independently. I think it's going to come out too expensive and too prohibitive to actually do it as a product, but it's been a really good cathartic exercise, and it might just end up being like a blog post or something where I just say, look, this is what I recommend, and this is where you can get it from. Maybe we'll do it that way. I don't know. Volkswagens use e-talks to great extent. Do they? Interesting. I have owned a Volkswagen. I had a Volkswagen Caddy, but I'm not a particularly big Volkswagen guy. Sounds like an opportunity to buy a macro lens. It does. If you do that, I will watch it and I'll feel useless. No, we've worked together for a bit. You know you're not useless. Hopefully it's a nice bank holiday Monday for the dog walk. Probably what my plan will be. Yeah, I think we're going to go to Filey. If I take the day off, we'll go to Filey Beach because I like it there. Publo will appreciate the beach trip. Yeah, she loves the beach. She absolutely loves it. Who will say you work a workaholic? Literally answering me late night. So this is my pathological need to have a completed collection of something. I don't like leaving chats unread. Like my to-do list is often unread chats on Discord or email, right? That's just how I work. That's how I function. So sometimes I'll wake up in the morning and I'll have like 100 unread DMs on Discord. Some of those will be things I actively need to do. Some of those will be things I just need to be aware of. Some of those will be things that I don't need to look at all. But I have a need to try and close down. And some weeks it can get really bad. I can have like 1,000 of these open, and it starts to stress me out because then I have to spend hours detailing them. So literally what I do then is I go and babysit my wife, I tell my wife to put Love Island on because I won't watch that, and I will just sit on my phone on my iPad and I'll go, right, that one, it's done. That one, it's done. That one, it's done. And I'll just work through it. At the minute, I have 4 because despite being up at 4 o'clock this morning, well, up at 2 o'clock this morning and up a mountain by 4:45, I've spent like 2 hours going through stuff. So I have 4 DMs as when I started the stream. That might be more now because I can't see the number, but at this time when I started the stream, I only had 4 DMs outstanding. So yeah. The bottom line with them all is its preference. Absolutely. Good luck. Was fortunate enough to still be under CAMHS, but everything was extremely slow. I hope it offers you answers. Okay. Oh, this is for the ADHD stuff. Yeah, through the NHS. Yeah. So this is a paid version that I'm doing. I didn't want to wait for the good one. Which company do you say you're using for your investigations? Potential ADHD and autism. It's SEIK Psychiatry. Oh, Blackbrook's posted the. Let me get you a link actually. In fact, I will get a link and I'll show you it. Cool. So it is this one. If you search for it, it's SEIK Psychiatry. These are a not-for-profit provider of ADHD stuff here in the UK. They do assessments and then provide like ongoing support afterwards as well. So this is what I'm going through right now. So I'm doing both the adult ADHD assessment and there's kind of like a brief kind of overview here of what happens, and so you can kind of understand it. This is the thing I found is this is really high level. It goes into a lot more detail when you actually get into it. And it is quite terrifying in some ways. But yeah, you go through this. I'm between stages 3 and 4 at the minute. This is kind of where I'm in this limbo period here. And I'm also going through the adult autism assessment as well. So this one I'm a little bit further behind. We're currently about to go through the autism assessment. This was recommended for me to do after we'd done the ADHD one, because they felt that there are some things that came out of the ADHD one that would absolutely be helpful for me to understand from this. So yeah, so we'll see what happens, but that's where we're going through. Let's go back to home. I'll get you the link. Oh, I can't. Why can't I post them there? I don't know why. I have to do this for chat at the minute. This is bizarre. This is absolutely bizarre. Like the app that I'm using just has signed me out of Twitch. I don't know why. But anyway, that's what I'm going through. It's been really useful so far. It's slightly harrowing and it's slightly difficult, but I think it's worth it in the end. I think grounding the hobby is good for beginners. Nothing wrong with budget options. I'm sure the hobby is terrifying for new people due to the presence of gilded, brass-weighted, beautiful things with £200 keycaps. For sure. A kit or tool guide would be amazing. I'm so tempted to try build a Nibble 65%, but I have not sold it since forever ago. Yeah, dude, like we have the gingham kits for 20 quid in stock right now. They're a great introduction to doing it. Again, let me show you. So yeah, if you just come to search and then search for gingham, Gingham. Like, I think these are 20 quid at the minute. Oh, £24, sorry, I was wrong. £20 excluding VAT, £24 including VAT. Like, they were 75 quid, and these are, like, a really, really good introduction to soldering. We don't have many left, actually, but they're a really, really good introduction to soldering. If you can solder that and it works, you can solder anything. Like, that's just how it is. If you can solder a gingham and it works, then you can solder anything. And if you want something that's a bit more of a challenge, we have the Argyle, which is basically a very similar keyboard, but it's a more premium version of it. So this actually has, this is obviously a render, but this has like the diodes and everything on 2 sides instead of that strip across the top. And obviously it comes in a full aluminium case, so you can see it looks pretty cool and pretty swish. Yeah. Oh, here's the actual, this is an actual image. This is the one I built for the build guide. So yeah, so there you go. Jay's to-do list. Don't come to work on Monday. Now you have to do it. Cherry, you understand how my mind works. You've got me. You've got me. I feel like I should pick up a gingham to learn to solder. Samson, how do you not know how to solder? I thought you did. I need to look into this. Thank you, Jay. Dude, like this. I don't want this to be like a particularly a mental health stream, but the older I get, the more I wonder why I'm the way I am. And it would be really good to get some answers to it. A lot of it probably is within. I hate the word trauma. I don't like that as a personal definition for myself, but like when I grew up, I did go through what some people would class under that trauma banner. I don't like that word. It doesn't feel like it, but I had quite a difficult childhood. Not that that was anyone's fault or it was like, prescribed to be that way. It was just a nature of things. My parents divorced when I was quite young. Money was always tight in my household. Like looking back, I know now that my mum didn't eat certain meals, not because she wasn't hungry as she told me, but because she couldn't afford to pay for food for the kids and herself, like me and my brother. So like looking back on it, like there's been a lot of things that I've realized have probably caused me trauma in some sort of way, and that these coping mechanisms might be a way of me handling that or dealing with that. And now I'm just trying to get the help to unravel those so I can try and not fix my behaviors. I hate that word as well, but this is kind of like trying to give myself the tools to manage my behaviors and understand why my behaviors are the way they are. So that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to go through. I feel like I should begin to learn solo, yeah. Rue says, what's your opinion on bundling keycap sets and keyboards? Buy the keycap set and then you have an entry pass to participate in the group Buy the Keyboard. So I think what you're referring to here is the GMK Beloved and having the opportunity to purchase the Singer Kahaku Singer Kahaku Beloved version. I think that's what you're referring to there. I think it's an interesting opportunity, and there is certain. I think so. There's two things here. There has been a lapse in the market overall. Luckily at PT we've been broadly unaffected. Touch wood. Our revenue has stayed broadly the same, and I think that's down to two factors. One, we're the biggest vendor in the UK, and two, our stock options are constantly rotating. So we aren't seeing like spikes when stock drops anymore, but we are still seeing consistent sales. I think that's not consistent across the rest of the vendor population worldwide, which is why we're seeing some vendors fail. So they're coming up with opportunities to try and regain that engagement that we used to have with the community and increase sales. Same as any business, right? We're here to sell products, we're here to make money. That's what businesses do. Anyone who thinks that profit is a dirty word or that businesses shouldn't make money needs to try and get a sense check, because without making money we can't employ people, we can't offer jobs, we can't make money, we can't make new products, we can't invest in new products and all that kind of stuff. So that has to happen. That goes by the by. So this is why you see things like bundling keycap sets as a precursor. Like you can't buy the keyboard unless you bought the keycap set, and I don't think that's that unusual. BMW do this. They wouldn't let me buy a new BMW car when I wanted to buy one a year and a half ago because I hadn't bought a BMW within the last 3 years. So having kind of gates to stuff isn't unusual for high-end products, right? I'm not saying it's correct, but I think it's an interesting way to have a look at things. If you go back 3 or 4 years, people were doing certain raffle. I can't remember the name of the type of raffle. Auction. What was the name of those auctions that people were doing where it was all about who paid the highest price and stuff like that? I can't remember the name, but Keycult did. Keycult were the first people to Victory auctions. That's it, Victory auction. I couldn't remember the name there. So these are really interesting as well. So Victory auctions have been done for a while. I'll paste that into chat. Oh, I can't paste into chat. What is going on? I need to fix my streaming software. It's logged me out of the chat, but not about the main thing. I don't know why. There you go. That's the Victory auction. And effectively what it is it's a way of figuring out what the market is willing to pay for your products. So I think things like this have always happened. There's always been people trying to innovate in the pricing structure of things, and there's kind of like mathematical analysis you can put on this as well, where you can ask like 4 key questions to your client base and say, at what price would this be a bargain? At what price would you have to pick this up? At what price would you probably not want to pick this up? And, what's the absolute maximum of this price? And if you map those 4 prices, you'll end up with kind of like a chart that will show an area that's kind of the sweet spot for pricing that particular product. So I think people have been using these kind of ideas for a while. a stream's probably not the best way for me to talk about it because I could talk about this for hours. There's also other opportunities people are leveraging, like Novel Keys did with GMK Deepfield, having a really limited edition version of a product that'll never run again in the same format to generate not FOMO but hype, to generate that sense of collectorship, that sense to appeal to people like me. I didn't buy it actually, but appeal to people like me who have that collector mindset. So I don't think it's a bad idea. I think it's just an opportunity to try and understand what the market wants. There's like, we've tried it the reverse way round. Like, we're trying it now with a Petal 60. If you buy a Petal 60, you get a free keycap set. That tends to not work because we haven't sold a single one and the page has only had 11 views since it went live. But, you know, it is what it is. Here at PT, like my view on stuff at PT is to try and offer value. We don't advertise as such. Like, we have Instagram and I do some streaming on Twitch, but this is more about the keyboard builds than anything else on Twitch. We post in Discord. That's kind of it. Instagram and Discord are kind of like our only two ways of advertising. In 5 years of running PT, I think we've done 11 or 12 email like pushes and stuff like that. We don't do paid advertisements on Google. We don't do paid advertisements on Facebook Marketplace. We don't do paid advertisements on Instagram. We don't spend any money on marketing because I don't like the idea of trying to force a product into someone's hands. I prefer if sales are organic and people come to us because they want to buy something. Luckily I don't have shareholders, because if I had shareholders it would probably be a very different tale. So yeah, it is what it is. I hope that helps. False scarcity. So I don't like the term false scarcity because false scarcity tends to suggest that it's gonna be restocked. Like, that's like me saying, okay, you better buy GMK white on black now because it's never going to come back, and then it comes back 6 months later. That's false scarcity. Saying something that is artificially limited because the designer has made a choice to sell it as a limited edition product, that's not false scarcity. That is making a limited edition product. I think those are two very different things. So I would tend to disagree with that. So yeah, raffles make sense when there's limited stock and you want to give people a fair chance to buy it. Also helps avoid potential scalpers. Yeah, the difference there is that raffles from a vendor perspective are really hard work. If we can put a product onto a website and the first come first serve 100 people can buy it, that's really easy from a vendor perspective. There is very little, we don't have to invoice people manually. We don't have to spend long creating the product listing. It's just create a product listing and then let people have at it, and then we ship out the product, right? That's standard BAU policy for most vendors. To do it as a raffle, and you've got 100 of them, that's 100 manual invoices you have to send out. And that sounds like it's not that much work, sure, but that's eating into your profit margin. If you're only making, 15, 20 quid profit per keyboard, we talked about profit margins on previous stream, you can go back and have a look on a standard key set, and you do it as a raffle, and it takes a member of staff, 20 minutes per invoice or something like that, but backwards and forwards and to pack the item and everything else. So it takes 20 minutes instead of 2 to do the whole process of customer makes an order and it ends up being shipped. Let's say they're paid 20 quid an hour. You get 3 orders an hour done instead of 10 orders an hour. It starts to eat into your margins, and you really have to consider what that looks like. So with raffles, prices will be higher because there's more work, and that's just that you just have to bake your pricing in. So I can understand where it comes from financially, but I personally dislike it. It's a big part of where toxicity of the community comes from. Yeah, I do feel that every community will be toxic no matter what you do. It will always have toxic elements. You'll never get rid of that. I don't think it's possible to get rid of toxicity in any hobby, just because people can be very negative. Someone has one slight inconvenience and it becomes a negative point for them, and they will then sit on that point for as long as they can. Vickery is a darling for economists. Yeah, I'd actually really like to sit down and have a chat with you about it, because I know that that's your kind of field, and I'm very interested in it from a layman perspective, and I'm not an economist and I'm not particularly knowledgeable about economy, but I have a lot of opinions about how things should be and how they shouldn't be, and I've never entered anything for a Vickery auction. I've never bought anything from one. I don't think I ever would, because I don't like them. It seems to be a way to inflate the price It seems to be a way to inflate the price and the cost of a product based on what someone is willing to buy rather than what the product's worth, and I don't think I like that. I think auctions are fine because that helps you find a market price, but I don't like a victory auction because it's like a blind seal thing rather than a public thing, you know. I wouldn't call raffling gatekeeping. Keeps everyone a fair chance to buy it rather than first comes first serve and you're at work and can't get in time. Yeah, it's just a lot of work. That's all it is. When the folks who follow projects for months, makes sense to manage who can access it. Yeah. There will always be another board or another set. No need to go overboard in the hobby. Yeah, but sometimes there's that one thing that you have to have, and it doesn't matter what it is in life. Sometimes there's always that one thing. Yeah. I also understand smaller group buy runs. There are multiple companies, individuals, hobby that abuse that certain aspect. Yeah, I mean, if we didn't have group buys, the hobby wouldn't be where it is today. The hobby is largely run on good faith, and by that I mean trust in vendors. Group buys, like the creativity in the hobby would have stagnated a long time ago if group buys stopped existing, because vendors wouldn't take the risk on as many sets and as many products and as many keyboards and all of that. So the actual sheer amount of products that were getting produced over the past 5 years would have probably been, you know, it would have been only 10% of that number that have happened if group buys had stopped happening. If people had only done, you know, putting their money where their mouth is to make a product, the risk involved in that would have meant that the landscape of this hobby would be a lot more fractured and a lot more desolate than it is right now. You would not have the opportunity to buy all the stuff in stock that you can. So this is a double-edged sword. It's there's a benefit to it and there's an absolute beauty of it, but then of course you have vendors like Mex and Co that fuck it up for everyone. And it's like it's a double-edged sword. It really is. But I get both sides of it. I do understand both sides of it. There's this element that people misunderstand. They say that, oh, a group buy is a free loan for a vendor. It's absolutely not. If you want to see a breakdown of the costs, go back to the last stream where I actually broke it down and I used real numbers from a real group buy to show how it actually works. And you don't make a profit until you ship and sell all of the extras, or like a massive chunk of the extras, because you are investing more upfront than group buy revenue. So it's not a free loan, it's just a partial loan in effect. If you wanted a free loan for it all, you'd have money left in the bank, and you don't. You absolutely do not. I don't think we've ever done a group buy where when we've paid the invoices for it, we've actually had money left over from the group buy revenue. We only get the whole revenue after the group buy ships and we sell the extras. So I can't speak for other vendors. Maybe other vendors do it differently. Maybe they order way less extras than us, or maybe they don't invest in the product, or maybe they only order just what they need. But yeah, there's a whole kind of risk to it. Am I voting today? Done. I'm not going to tell you who I voted for. I just think that's bad form on the internet to talk about politics. So it's not something I'll talk about. I'll talk about if anyone is ever interested. I'll talk about my thoughts about politics as a whole, but not about who I voted for. And I'll never ask anyone who I voted for as well, because I don't want to be disappointed in someone that I like. Oxy actually says, I like the idea of victory auctions subsidizing the prices for group buy units, but I don't know if anyone has ever done that. So Keycult did use that as a way of generating revenue. Think of they use the victory as almost like a Kickstarter, way more than we use group buys as Kickstarters. So that's kind of like an interesting way of doing it. But yeah, it has been done. Alvi does have a good point as well, though. He says, do you find a correlation between flippers and regular in-stock group buy and raffles? Or do you not track it? I see a lot of people throughout the years mentioning the raffles combat flippers, but I find that raffles lead to the most flipping through my limited lens. No, so this is a correlation, not a causation. The correlation here is that the products that tend to be raffled are the products that have the most demand, so we try and find the fairest solution for them. This is you're following the causation here. The following correlation here, not the causation. So yes, there is a correlation that the products that get flipped more are the ones that go through raffles, but they go through raffles because they're the more sought after items, or they have the demand. Sorry, it's not the most sought after. It's the demand to availability is skewed. I'm turning the camera off now. Hold on. Let me fix the camera. Come on, camera. It's got one of these automated things on it, and I forget to turn it off. Like if it catches like a hand gesture, it'll move. I didn't want it to do that. There we go. Right. So the issue here is that the raffle products have an imbalance between demand and availability to an extent that means that their aftermarket price is going to be higher than it would for a product that sits in stock for a few months. And that is what leads to flipping, demand and availability. And they are both there in that same equation, not because one causes the other, but because it's to try and make sure that when we're actually selling these products, we're being as fair as possible. So you aren't wrong, but the rationale as to why you have that thought is slightly skewed, I think. Others would argue that it's worth what someone is willing to pay, but you know me, I agree with you. Yeah, so the argument that things are worth what someone's willing to pay is absolutely true for the aftermarket. I think that's absolutely true. But why would something on the aftermarket in a day and age when everything is in stock and available be equal to the price you paid for it? In most markets, something that's secondhand is cheaper than buying it brand new. And now we've got to a point of view where GMK sets stay in stock for at least a couple of weeks, never mind a couple of months or even a couple of years in some instances. Those GMK sets are now not worth as much on the aftermarket, and you now can't buy stuff with the expectation that I'll just make my money back when I sell it, because that isn't the realistic worldview that we're in anymore. You now have a secondhand product that is opened and used and has some form of wear or tear to it that wouldn't happen from a new set. So now the used set is worth less than what the new set is, because why would you have a used set for the same price that you can go buy the new set in stock today and have it shipped tomorrow? And why would you do that when you don't get a warranty from a reseller, when you do get a warranty from the vendor? So there is a big part of the hobby that has missed this trick, and they still expect things to be the way they were 3 years ago, where you could buy stuff and you could get your money back because it wasn't available anymore. You bought a keyboard and that was it. Now that keyboard has that intrinsic value. But the other part of this as well is that the whole market is now diluted, because that worked fine when you bought a keyboard, let's say, I don't know, a Duck Viper. You bought a Duck Viper and you paid $300 for it, and then the group buy closes, there's no more units being made, there's no more available, you put yours on the aftermarket, you can get $700 for it. Great, you're making a profit. But now you are in a situation where you buy that board for $300 in the group buy, it's $350 brand new in stock. So why would someone buy yours for $300 when they can get it for just a few dollars more in stock, brand new and with a warranty? They want to pay less for yours, right? They want to pay, $250 or $200 or whatever. They want to get it half price or something. And at the same time, the other thing as well is, but it's not just that one keyboard that's now in stock and then will sell out. There are now 50 keyboards in stock, because Neo have produced a board and QK have produced a board and Zoom have produced a board all in the same 2 weeks. So it's diluting the market, and there needs to be a flip in the people who use the aftermarket as an opportunity to regain their funds or make a profit. That's now not acceptable, because the market has changed. Like, we've gone from it's this whole pre-MOQ and post-MOQ society. Things don't need to hit MOQ particularly anymore because we want in-stock products. And these same customers say, oh, you should do everything as in-stock. Group buys are bad. Group buys are bad. Don't do group buys. Make the product in stock and put your money where your mouth is. Okay, great, we'll do that. But now your stuff that you bought 2 years ago is worth, 50% of what you paid for it. And then you're coming to us and complaining, and literally emailing me to complain, saying, I can't sell this product on the aftermarket. Please, can you take your product out of stock until I sell my personal set? But it's not worth what it was worth on the aftermarket 2 years ago. It's now worth what the market tells you it's worth. And the market will tell you what it's worth because people want to pay less for secondhand products. And this mindset needs to filter through the community, but it's not there. It's not there. Just good to encourage people to vote. Absolutely, I think it is. Yeah. I will say though, abstaining to vote is an absolutely valid choice if you've got a rationale for it.
Tasty.
Need to drop off a work call. Thanks, Jay. Meanwhile, ordered a class time winder. Nice, because you see my watch winder in the background. So Blackbrook has been watching my watch winder in the background for a couple of weeks now. It's a really cool piece of equipment. It's a little bit cheap, but it's really cool. There are products that fall out of your explanation. Is that to me, said? I can see it's replied to someone else, but yeah. I'd be interested to know if you disagree with me. I'm always up for a debate. Has anyone investigated that fully, as in comparing a similarly demanded product in both raffle and group buy to see the percentage of flip, or is that far too niche? I haven't investigated it, but I suspect if you looked at the ones where the vendors have put the product in stock, but other vendors around the world have done it as a raffle, you'll probably see that. You'll probably see it. Seeing a bit of Sting sometimes, which pre-orders going on sale for less than the group buy. We've never done a pre-order for less than the group buy. How it works is group buy is the absolutely cheapest price you will get it at a retail price. Then pre-order is a little bit more, and then in stock is a little bit more. It's usually a 5 or 10% jump each way. I'm absolutely not saying that at some points we'll do sales. Like, we do stupid sales for our 4th birthday where we did 40% off for 40 minutes. Like, that meant that people got some great bargains. But most of that stuff had been in stock for months and months and months. So you have paid for £100 and you've had it for 6 months longer than someone who's just bought it for 40% off. But that's only because they bought it in a sale, and it's as simple as that. But it's a great way to get things to keep group buys going. Like, supporting group buys is the best way to make sure something gets made, because the other side of this that we see a lot now is that people will say, I want this product, but I don't want to buy it in the group buy. I'm only going to buy it when it goes in stock. And then it fails to meet MOQ, and they go, well, why don't you have this in stock? You should have just bought it out. It's like, well, no, the market told us that they didn't want this product, so why would we have made it? Why would we have made it? Varbal says, is the market evolving? No. Yeah, it is, absolutely. But I think there's a lot of expectation that needs to change with the market. There's also so many options now, hundreds of good boards. Yeah, which is why I said it dilutes the market as well. Yeah. Do you think the shift in consumer purchasing will negatively impact PT then? If people now know that they can't join every group buy without taking a loss with reselling, they will be more careful when they decide to join. That should never be a Neodoid. That should never be a consideration when you join a group buy. I would rather, 5% of people don't buy into it because they won't get a good resale price of it, than have those 5 people buy and then complain at me. Absolutely. I'd rather take that. I don't want the percentage I'm making 5% up, but I don't think buying anything based on what you'd be able to resell it for is a good idea. Scalpers and flippers, not counting those, but people who expect to get what they paid for it. What other industries you get that in? Sneakers, maybe? Trainers? But pretty much everything else, you don't get that experience. You buy a car, you drive it off the forecourt, it's worth 60% of what it was worth 5 minutes ago. That's just basic economics. Things secondhand are not worth the same as what they are brand new. Did someone seriously email you? Yeah, I've had 2 people emailing it in the past month. Two complaints that they had something that they bought in group buy. We put the in-stock extras in. They couldn't sell their stuff on the aftermarket at the same as what they paid for it or more, because we had it in stock, and asked me to take the product out of stock until they'd sold it. And I said no. Why would I do that? Why would I not sell product when just to help them out? Oxy, thank you so much for the 11 months of tier 1 subs. I thoroughly appreciate it. I find it funny because in most markets, whatever you buy and then try to sell later on, always lose some value. Yeah, like there are some exceptions to that, but yeah, there's certain collectibles, certain watches and things, and there always will be certain keyboards that buck that trend. But for the vast majority of things, it's true. Yeah, but you can say this, right, Varbil? You can say this. Sneakers is a good point of reference. I did mention sneakers a minute ago. It's not all sneakers, though. Like, I can go and buy a pair of Converse, and they're just standard black high tops, and I can put them up on eBay, and they will sell for less than what I paid for them because they've been worn, right? Because I've worn them around the house for 2 days or whatever. Sure, it might be the latest Yeezys. I'm not into trainers, but it might be the latest Yeezys or whatever that particular is. But that's the equivalent of the Gahaku, which still sells for more than what people buy it in retail. So I think it really depends on the product. I think it's very niche, as most things aren't raffled. The only thing I can think of is sneakers are similar. Yeah, and it's not all sneakers. Exactly, Ungodly. Yeah. I've seen numbers of projects where raffles would have been reasonable, as higher MOQ isn't possible. There are bigger raffle projects, though, that absolutely took and still take advantage of the outrageous aftermarket prices. For me, it's gatekeeping. Raffling does correlate most of the times with it due to creating extra hype. It's just what I don't want to support in the hobby. That said, the answer to that is don't support raffles. Don't buy a product in a raffle then. But the flip side of that is don't complain if a product that you want to buy is in a raffle, because you're entitled to your opinion, but then you have to put your money where your mouth is, right? And if you say I don't support raffles, but then you buy from a raffle, well, you're supporting a raffle. So you have to have a mindset here. You have to be making a conscious choice do you support raffles or not? If the answer is no because you don't like the way they're run, then you just don't buy those products, right? And I'm not saying you do, I'm just saying this is how you should approach these things in life. And it's the same for any decision point where it comes like that, where if you have a particular stance on something, you have to stand by your moral compass, because if you don't, it just makes you a hypocrite. And it's fine to be a hypocrite. Like, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. Like, everyone's a hypocrite at some point in their lives, and everyone can be wrong and everyone can change. And don't forget that everyone can change. People change over time, and I think people forget that a lot as well. But yeah, if you don't want to support it, don't support it, but don't give in to that. Stand by your morals. Making me think I should have not put myself forward to do the talk at Bristol and Leeds, though I think I'll be busy enough. Oh yeah, that talk you did in Bristol and Leeds. Yeah, I mean, I agree with some of what you said there. I disagree with other parts, but yeah, I think it was a good one. Why is only one of your watches spinning? So they're on different timers. They're all different watches, and they're different specifications. So each watch needs a different amount of winding per day, and this has a timer. There's 4 different timer settings as to how many minutes per day it will wind them. So it depends on what the watch needs as to which setting it's on. So some of them will spin for longer or greater or shorter time periods. The one that's on at the minute spins for 7 minutes every 147 minutes. So yeah. I think it's because a lot of recent experience with group buys failing and timelines been missed for a long time. Confidence in group buys, 100%. Yeah, I don't disagree. My biggest regret with most of the projects we've run with PT has been the delivery time. Sometimes, like, we give really good updates, I think, or I like to think we do, but I wish things had been faster to market. We'd actually be in a lot better position. A lot of vendors would be in a lot better position as well if things had been produced on the timeline to market as would originally been planned, especially with like GMK stuff. This is not me blaming GMK at all, but because of the slowdown of GMK production, we were selling stuff that we had planned to come in stock after 9 or 12 months, and it wasn't coming in stock for 2 years. So there was a whole period where we would have been selling through stock that we didn't get, and that then kind of elongated the timescale. And because of that elongation, then you then have so many things being in stock all at once. And the stock that we have today was actually supposed to be sold, like in our plan, in our financial plannings, was supposed to be sold over time. So we had way less stock than what we hold today. It was never the plan to have this much stock. It was all planned to have a lot of stock, but not as much as we do, because stuff was supposed to happen over a more spread out timeline. And that means there would be less choice at any given time on the market, which increases sales, which increases consumer happiness and consumer contentness. But because of those delays, and then all of a sudden a bum rush of everything coming out in a shorter period of time, it meant that you have an influx and an over surplus of different products that are competing with each other. That dilutes the market. It makes it hard for vendors, and vendors have a longer time to go without having capital to invest in things that have to pay for, like business rates and rent and staff. They have cash flow issues because of that, and that's what caused a lot of vendors to go there. Not saying it's GMK's fault. It was not at all. It's just that's the way the market was, and that's the way production was for a long time. But that was the outcome of it. That's the correlation, not the causation. Right, I'm going to skip a lot of this, but if there's anything you want to ask me, let me know. We haven't even opened up anything yet. Had a meeting. Hello, Zora. Thanks for being here. I think a lot of enthusiasts are not noticing the Hall effect storm that is brewing over the keyboard space. Dude, this is taking... Right. So, there are 2 people in this hobby today. Those that have embraced Hall effect and those that haven't. And ironically, the people who are missing out are the ones who've been in the hobby for a long time. They think they've got it sorted with MX switches and traditional actuation methodologies. Personally, I think they're all missing a trick, because Hall effect is going to be the next big thing for keyboards, and it already is in some ways and shapes. Wooting have been trying to bang on this drum for a couple of years now, and it's all the people who are deeply ingrained in the hobby that are missing out on this opportunity to look at these new Hall effect products. Sure, it means a whole new setup. You can't use your existing PCBs. It means something new, but the results are, it's going to be where the hobby's going. And I think the hobby will be in two fractured kind of states. There will be people who are Hall effect and people who are not. And there'll be people who cross, of course, both. It'll be a Venn diagram with that nice chunk in the middle. But yeah, there are people who are deeply ingrained in this hobby, my contemporaries in a way, that are missing out on this Hall effect revolution, and they really should pay attention. That's a watch stand. I thought it's a giant iPhone camera. No, so there's watches in this box here, There's about 10 in that box there, and then there are 4 in this one here that winds. These are all Amiga watches. Sorry, where is it? There. These are all Amiga watches in the Watchwinder. A couple of vintage ones, a couple of modern ones. So yeah. Yeah, there's no good tactile HE switches yet, this Aura, but there will be at some point. So much for customer builds. Dude, like, you guys get me talking, and I'm very opinionated, so. I'd really love to try a board with HE switches. Hopefully a few of them meet up. You know, Alvi, you could just buy one. The second the HE TKL drops on PT, I'll be throwing my money at Jay harder than ever. Nice. There is... I wish I could talk to you guys about everything I know. There is... This is where if Adam was watching, he'd tell me to embrace the NDA. There is a product that I have seen that I can't talk about from a major player in the keyboard hobby that I'm very excited for. And I think I actually have one. I shouldn't. Just one of them, but I shouldn't have it. I think it will revolutionize how people interact with their keyboards. Oh, now that's a strong claim. I think it will revolutionize the way people who've been in this hobby for a long time think about keyboards. I'm here to be proven wrong, but I'm excited for it. I'm really excited for it, and I can't talk about it. It's nothing to do with Gehirn. It's nothing to do with Gehirn. It's nothing to do with Keychron. Well, as far as I know, they may also be aware of this product, and they may also be looking at its utilization. But as far as I know, no. So yeah, I'm not going to say anything more. It's nothing to do with screens. I don't think anyone in the community knows what I'm talking about. No Black Simon like Slipspat. Dude, like, he should have told me he was streaming. He was asking me leading questions about Captors Keycaps and GMK Euler. He led me up the garden path with that one. He opened the gate, he ushered me through, and then he slammed it in my face. That's what happened there. That's what happened there. Right, anyway, should we do an unboxing? Because we've talked about a lot of stuff today, and I haven't even unboxed the keyboard. We were supposed to be doing customer builds. I've been streaming for 2 hours now, and we haven't even looked at a keyboard yet. So, should we look at a keyboard? And should we open it up? He was very sorry about that. Like, what happened there was he messaged me, because he was lazy. Like, this is what happened. I had published... Okay, let me show you this. Let me show you this. So, I had published... Prototypes keyboards... Let me see where this is. I don't even know where this is. Wait, do we not even have a link to it anymore? Wait. We don't even have a link to it anymore. It's a blog post. I don't even know how to access it. I don't even know how to access it off the website. It's still there. I just have it hidden. Hold on. Give me a second, because I don't want to share something that's on another tab. So give me a second. I'm gonna just find it the way I know how to find it. So what happened here with Simon? Simon cooked me, and he knew what he was doing. He was being... Wait, where is it? Oh, maybe I did take it down. Oh no, it's here. I found it. Okay. I found it. Okay, cool. So, here it is. This is something I wrote called the GMK Euler Project and Unnecessary Challenges, also known as the Captors Cache Crash, because I like a bit of alliteration in my life. Simon did not want to read this. It's not long. It's only a few hundred words. He didn't want to read it. He was lazy. He was so lazy that instead of just reading this or asking, like, copying and pasting into ChatGPT and saying, summarize this for me, he messaged me and he said, Jay, what's this? So I was like, oh, this is fucked up, mate. This is what's happened. And I gave him a little bit of spiel, and I gave him a little bit of typing, and I said, this is what's happened. And he asked me a couple of leading questions. And I was like, look, I shouldn't really show you this, but have a look at this. This is what Captus sent me, but don't share it with your community. He was live streaming at the time. Like, he was literally live streaming at the time, and he shared that email that Captus sent me with his whole audience, however many hundred people were watching at the time. So he basically took my hand, he walked me up the garden path, he got to the garden gate, holding my hand, he opened the garden gate, he shoved me through, and then he closed the garden gate on me. That's what he did. That's what Simon did. I love him, but that's what he did to me. He was very sorry about it. I'm sure he was, but, like, that's what he did. That's what he did. He was there when it happened? Yeah. I didn't know he was streaming. All he needed to say was, Jay, what's happening with this? Bear in mind I'm streaming right now. And I would have tempered my expectations. And I would have been like, here's what happened. DM me when you're not streaming and I'll tell you some more information. But yeah, this was a whole thing. Like, if you guys want to read this, I'll drop it in the chat. You guys can go have a read of this. It's basically what happened between prototypist GMK and Captus keycaps with the GMK oiler set, and it's very frustrating. And this wasn't really meant for the public consumption. This was just me being cathartic and getting stuff out of my head because I had to scream about it in some way, shape, or form. And the way I did that was to write a blog. Like, it's sometimes just writing things down really helps me. So yeah. Babel says, how much do customers pay to get it built by you? I charge 50 quid for keyboard builds. That's £50. That includes stabilizer tuning and all soldering and installation and flashing your key map and testing everything works just fine. It's just a flat 50 quid. That's what I charge. It doesn't matter the size of the keyboard. It can be a Hyper 7 or a 40%. I just charge a flat rate. I don't do switch lubing because I just don't have the time for it, but I can put you in touch with Matt, the Pokemon Kid. He lubes all of my switches, and I'm very, very happy with them. So yeah, so that's how it works for us. It's actually on the website. If you just go to Prototype's homepage, and if you scroll down past this bit, and it's here, keyboard build services. For just £50, including VAT plus shipping, I will assemble your keyboard to high standard. With over 1,000 keyboards built, I have extensive experience in building and repairing keyboards of all sizes. Repairs are a little bit different. If it's just one switch, obviously it's pennies, but yeah. We build quite a lot of keyboards. Like, quite a lot of people take us up on this, especially like the Zoom customers and stuff like that. We get quite a lot of people requests for builds. Probably like a dozen a week, maybe more. It might even be double that. I don't know. Will, yours was actually top of the pile to do today. We haven't got to it because you guys have kept me chatting, but yours is literally the top of the pile to do. So the queue's about 4 weeks long at the minute. No, it's actually longer than that. I think it's about 6 weeks from request to actually building. But yeah. So yeah. The fact you had Discord streamer mode disabled would have told you who's streaming as well. Like, I didn't know. I wasn't watching his stream. I didn't know. I was just messaging him off my phone. I had no idea what he'd got or what he hadn't got. Oh, did he try and get... I didn't actually watch the stream, so I don't know. Yeah. Pokemon Kid. Hey there. Yeah. He does my Switch lubing. Is there anything in stock that's HE? We'll definitely pick up a HE board from PC in the future. Not right now, no. Oh, actually, no. We're waiting for the Boog 75. I thought that was here, but it's not. I was thinking Zoom 75. And we've got some of the QK stuff coming soon. But yeah, it is good. We don't always stream the builds. Like, most of the keyboard streams aren't built. Like, I only do 2 streams a week, and we're not even probably going to get to start a keyboard build today. I was planning on doing 2. Best laid plans of mice and men, all that kind of stuff. Tell me the poet if you can. So yeah, we'll yeah, most of them are done off stream. I built my Zoom 75. My Zoom pad is still singing the boss. Nice, cool. Right, okay. Let's get rid of that. Actually, let's unbox something anyway. So this is my personal Gehirn. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. That I haven't even opened yet. So this is how it came from the manufacturer. This is the silver one, and it's anti-hot swap, but I do have a PCB for this later on. But I've never even opened this. As you can see, it's still sealed up from the manufacturer. So we're just going to open this up and take a look at the board, because this is coming back into Group Buy at some point soon as well. I don't have a knife to hand, so I'm just going to have to use my flush cutters here and try not to slice my fingers off. So opening up the outside cardboard box, and inside we have a keyboard case. So there we go. This is pretty cool because, I mean, I've seen quite a few of these, but if you can see in the light here, it actually has like a really faint text embossed into it, which is really nice. Handle with extreme care. Biomechanical keyboard. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Therapy stream up to now? Pretty much, yeah. It's been a catharsis of explanation. Gehirn, Agli. Wasn't another pre-order. I don't think R2 is going to be a group buy. Yeah, it's kind of a mix of both. Yeah, it's kind of a mix of both. A streamer without a fancy knife exists. Dude, I have fancy knives. They're just not here in the office. They're actually in the workshop. Like, I have a small knife collection, but I actually have a knife project, but that's a different thing entirely. So yeah. So what do we have here? We have PCB in the back. Nice storage compartment here. And then here we have the keyboard. Keyboards which come with proper cases are so much better than a fancy box which will be tossed. There's something to be said for a fancy box, but I agree. I think the cases are nice. Cases are nice. I read the word knife as I was doing it. Look at this. This is a silver one. It's got the Gehirn logo there. Look at the eye shapes in the background. I so love these, even though they're hidden with the whole display. And then flipping it over. This cool milled and laser ablated effect on the weight. Such a cool thing. Such a lovely product. So yeah. PT stand at the meetup is going to be keyboards, knives, Japanese cards, and coffee. It's going to be 3 keyboards and not me. I'm going to be at the bar. Like the meetup for me isn't about advertising. So I think there's this perception that vendors use meetups to advertise. I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that stereotype. I want to show something cool. We'll have 3 keyboards there. One I can't tell you about. The other one will be the JO1 Final Edition prototype, and the other one will be the JO3 prototype. We'll have those 2 there. We'll have one other keyboard. We'll have some goodie bags and some giveaways, and we'll have an iPad where you can browse the website and order stuff for delivery a couple of days later. But I'm going to be at the bar. I'm going to be seeing the people I want to see. I'm going to be meeting the people I want to meet. For me, the meetups are about the people, not about selling stuff. Like, I just think that's a bit crass in my opinion, but I get why the people do it. So yeah, there's people I want to see. Cool. So yeah, this is the board. Look how lovely it is. I do like this side profile. There's nothing wrong with a good old classic wedge shape and a block on top. Like, this kind of shape and styling is right up my street. Yeah, thoroughly happy with that. The plan is actually to get this Cerakoted. The reason why I went for a silver one is because I want to do some Cerakoting and have it done a little bit differently. The whole base of it is just lovely. The little logo here as well. On the rear, it's really hard to show you, but there's a whole Gehirn logo debossed into it here as well. I do love this whole design language and this whole kind of, yeah, it's just really nice. It's such a good thing. It's just such a nice thing. And of course we had to go wing keyless because wing keyless is best. It's not Wednesday, but it is wing keyless. I am slightly concerned that my personal unit does not have feet with it. Did I just miss them in here? Oh yeah, I did. They're just behind the PCB. They're just here, look. Man, I thought I'd not got it. That board is so sexy. Yeah, we'll do a build stream on this very soon. It might even be Sunday, actually. Now we built the Farquhar, the Matrix board. I think we'll be doing this next. So yeah, I'm really excited to build this and get it done. It is going to be Cerakoted. The plan is to do something different with this, and I'm not going to tell you what. But yeah, we'll get this built next week. On Sunday, probably. We've already confirmed that Jay's table is going to be the bed of a Japanese pickup. I mean, we can do that if you want. 100% I can do that. I don't think it'll fit inside the venue, but yeah, I could absolutely do the bed of a pickup as my table, 100%. What switches are we building it with? I'm building this one with Nixie's, I think. J01 FE Proto, exciting. Yeah, we're waiting for production at the minute. I'm going to set up a channel in the next couple of days that's going to show the production process for the J01 FE and the J03 prototypes. They're both being done at the same manufacturer. I have another board that's in production for prototyping as well right now that's been done with a different manufacturer that I can't share any details of. And that one is literally a passion project. It's never going to be made, but it's so cool and I can't wait to show you. And it's what the keycaps that we saw last week are going to be ultimately for as well. But that'll be at the meetup as well. But I'm really excited for that. This is kind of like a passion project that's my end game. And it's been like 6 years since I came up with the initial idea for it. And then there's a couple of people in the community who have been massive helps. I'm not going to say who they are just yet because there's kind of a bit of a twist on that later on, but one of them is massively into an element of this keyboard design and has helped me with implementing that, and the other one is just a really good friend and a really, really good designer who's kind of come up with some of the other implementation ideas and kind of tied my vision into a cohesive whole. So it's kind of absolutely been like a three-way thing, and it's so cool to do that, because up until like 2 months ago, I had a clause with an agreement with someone else that I wasn't allowed to be involved in the design of any products based on a contract we had with them. And now that that's done and I've been able to get involved in the design of something again, I've kind of awoken something in myself. And like, I must have spent a dozen hours each week in CAD recently, just relearning lost skills and coming up with ideas. Like I talked about a knife a minute ago. Like one of the things I want to work on this year is some EDC stuff. A knife absolutely being one of those. Like a knife is like in my pocket 9 hours out of 10 when I'm at the workshop. And the ones I have, they have limitations in certain ways that I want to fix. So yeah, but yeah, pretty cool. Any international persons coming? Yeah, to the meetup. Yeah, GMK are going to be there and a few others. So, yeah. Aren't having sponsors for meets a way to create a sustainable way to keep doing it? Oh, PT will be sponsoring the meetup. Yeah, we're going to pay for like the highest vendor tier, but I just won't be doing any vendoring really on the day. Like our spot will just be. I'm all for vendors sponsoring things. Vendors get away with a lot of free advertising in this hobby, and they should pay for more. So I'm happy to put my money where my mouth is with that and pay for shit, but like I have this view that I don't want to be that person that's advertising and cramming stuff down people's throats. So I'm going to have this really relaxed kind of vibe. That's the way to do it, I think. Logo is awesome. It really is. Almost went with the Gehirn, but the F1 group buy info came out around the same time, so let's get in the F1. Nice. Yeah. Didn't even hear about this board until you posted it, but gutted by I missed it, but my wallet isn't. Nice. Yeah, it's really nice. Love the silver. The feet are the only things you get in the box. Yeah, and the PCB. Board looks wild. It does, yeah. Thoughts on the Mode Encore? Mode make really good stuff. Like I've never been disappointed with anything from Mode. That's why we work with them, and I want to be their, UK supplier because I think they make good quality products. So yeah, you'll be absolutely happy with something. Will PT be selling the TGR Jing V3 Rubber Hose Edition? Yes. Yes, we will. Yes, we'll be selling the key set as well. And we'll have a look at it. 5 beers, dude. Like 5 beers is breakfast. Matt, I mean this with love. Don't try to keep up with me at the meetup if I'm drinking, because if I'm in one of those moods where I'm drinking, you won't keep up. Like it's just not gonna happen, mate. So don't. Class, this is fair warning in advance. Hi back. How many NDAs did you break? None. I've never broken an NDA. I've broken cease and desists. I have done that, but I've never broken an NDA. I've come close to breaking NDAs, but never actually broken one. Sounds like a challenge. I don't mean it as a challenge. Like genuinely don't. My first job out of college, I had my own pub. Like it would be nothing to drink, like just changing barrels and making sure the beer was okay for 10 pints a day, to be like an average kind of thing. I can sit down with my father-in-law and we can polish off, in a day, we can polish off 10 bottles of wine between us and not have an effect on us. So, or like not that anyone can tell. You can ask Mel this. Mel's seen me sit and drink for 8 hours solid straight and not be drunk or, you know, anything at the end of it. I have an insanely high alcohol tolerance. I don't know why, but I do. And it takes a lot to get me to a state where most people would be under the table. So this isn't like a brag or anything. This is like a genuinely don't. I've not met anyone yet apart from my father-in-law who can keep up. And that's, you know, it is what it is. Like, I don't mean that. I genuinely don't mean it's a challenge. I don't mean it as like some kind of humble brag or anything else. It's not that. It's like, seriously, don't. I've seen people get into really bad shapes trying to keep up because they don't see it as an issue. People have different tolerances for different things, you know. Like, I couldn't sit and play video games for 10 hours before without falling asleep. I would fall asleep here at my desk if I played video games for 10 hours. Some people could do it for 20 hours and not fall asleep. I couldn't do that. You know, it's the same thing. Some people have a tolerance and a... yeah, I can't think of another word, but some people have a tolerance for certain things. That's one thing I have a tolerance for. So, yeah. It's not a challenge. And it's not a flex. It's just literally a don't. Does that mean we might see other TGR JMV3s, not just special edition? I mean, you might have missed the drop today, actually. If you haven't looked in the KLC Discord server, there's a new, or the TGR server. There is a new vendor for TGRs who had a small drop this morning. So maybe you'll see. I'll keep up with you, but drinking up some beer only. That's the good way to do it. That's a good way to do it. It's the thick bones that do it. Dude, I'm very thick in that case, yeah. D2 raid launches, did 24 hours a few times. Yeah, so I remember falling asleep in the Vault of Glass at Oracles when on launch night after like 12 hours being stuck in that thing, and we just could not figure out what to do with the Oracles, and we just didn't have the power to kill them, I don't think, or we didn't realize that we had to kill them. Yeah, I remember falling asleep in my chair. Yeah, the website crashed because of all the visitors. Like, it was just not, they hadn't scaled it ready. I think they were on Shopify backend and they hadn't told Shopify, we expect a lot of traffic. Like when we're doing it, we have a conversation with Shopify. Like, if we're doing like a product launch, we're like, we have a product coming, it's going to be busy. And they're like, oh, what type of traffic do you expect to see? I'm like, here's a spike from last time. And like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll fix that. I suspect they didn't have that conversation with them. Oh, they WooCommerce? Right, okay. Well, I still, whichever one it is, I suspect they just didn't have that conversation with them. I'm German and my mum's Russian, so vodka and beer is in my blood. Although I don't enjoy drinking loads, I can, but even then, definitely not like you. Like, it's just one of those things I have a naturally high tolerance for. But yeah, like pollen, I sneeze at the slightest hint of pollen, but I can drink 6 beers and, you know, like, you wouldn't, if I was on stream now, you wouldn't know if I'd had 6 beers or no beers. Like, you wouldn't be able to tell, I don't think. Like, most people can't. I never saw Jay during the day. He can indeed stand sunlight. Yeah, I can. Shopify never believe traffic is coming when you tell them, I swear. They do. You show them, you have to show them, you have to say, look, last time I did this is what happened. The first time it happened for us was the JO1 Rev 1 launch. And the site was kind of like buckling under the strain. And I told them, and they said, oh, we'll do something about it. We'll get it prepped for it. And they didn't really do much, I don't think. And then the next time it came up for something similar, I think it was a JO1 Extras, like 9 months later or whatever. I was like, look, this is what happened last time. We need to make sure that we're good for this. Oh, camera's doing the thing again. I need to turn this function off. And they did, and we've not had the issue since. We've not had the site actually fall over since that first time. So, yeah. I need to turn this off. Image settings, more settings, auto tracking. Right, turned off. Right, it's disabled now. We won't do it again. So, yeah. The backplate on the Rubber Hose edition looks sick. Yeah, it's really cool. It is really cool. Okay, so I don't think we're actually going to have time to do the build today because I intended on streaming for 2 hours. We're almost at the 200 subs though. So if we hit the 200 subs, we could play marbles and do a giveaway for a GMK set. But we'd need to get 10 more subs in like the next 10 minutes to be able to do that. The daytime light is nice on stream. Yeah, it's like a different effect. Like there's a window over here. In fact, hold on. Let me show you guys the office. Let me pan the camera around and I'll show you what I can. So if you look to this side of me, this is like the workshop is through that window, but we get a lot of natural light in from that window because that's where the workshop is. Like, you can't actually see much through there, but that's where the workshop is. If I spin around, you might be able to see the other window, and then we've kind of got my PC, my monitor, and then I think this will show behind the monitor. Actually, this might actually be clever enough to show you behind the monitor because it'll go all the way around. Okay, there you go. There's the other window that lets in light, and that is the workshop right behind there. And then, oh, that's as far as it goes that way. So, yeah, you can see all of that. And then we're back around to here. And then over to this side, that's my keycap collection. That's all GMK sets. That stuff on the floor that you can see down there, that's all the stuff that I'm going to be selling. And then we've got the 3D printer station just there. And then you can see this, all the stuff on my desk is stuff that I'm working through. But you can see that the window is there for the natural light as well, so that's where it comes through. Go behind the other monitor if we can. I don't know if this will, how far I'll just go around. Okay, there you go. And there you can see like the other side of the office. So this is where I have my TV and PlayStation and drawers and games consoles and stuff like that. So yeah. So that's me kind of showing you as much of my office as I can from where I'm sat. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that little mini tour of the office. Fancy pan, jump scare incoming. No, I would never do that. Yeah, we're going to talk about the Norbau presentation, the stabilizer stuff on the Sunday stream. The reason not today is because I've only watched about 2/3, just over half of it, maybe 2/3, and I want to watch it all because some of my comments might be answered in the rest of the presentation. So yeah, 200 plus keycap sets. Yeah, that's just the GMK sets. There's also SA, DCS, DCX, whatever other profiles you can think of as well. MT new. So yeah, there's a lot of keycap sets. Like, I don't know an exact count, but there's a lot because it's like 4 deep. Like from the front ones to the back ones, it's 4 deep, and then they're all different heights. So there's a lot of keycap sets there. Do you 3D print anything for the store? Yeah, some things. So if you look, we do diode benders for people building Argyles or Ginghams or other through-hole kits, and we 3D print those. At the minute, I'm actually printing a 8-segment display that a friend of mine sent me the link to. So that was Bomb, if you're in, or Tom, if you're in MK UK or anywhere else. So he shared some files with that he'd done, and I'm actually in the process of printing that. The printer's not printing now; it finished last night, and I haven't set it going again. But it's going to be like 3 days for me to print everything I need for it. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, we do 3D. I just enjoy 3D printing. It's a hobby rather than a business endeavor. But I'd like to make it a business endeavor if I could at some point. We'll see how it goes. What do I 3D print the diode benders in? It's PLA. It's the marble filament Prussament, and it's done on the Prusa Mark IV. So yeah, we print them on the fastest speed setting and the lowest quality, but they come out really nice. It's partly the filaments kind of just really nice to work with, to be honest. Thoughts on the Red Bull Miami livery? It's really good. Yeah, I'm really excited for. Like, I don't like the Miami Grand Prix. Nate said something in the Discord server earlier on that I fully agree with. I think the Miami Grand Prix is a great waste of space, to be quite frank, as well, and it's not worth the points to give it out for. But at the same time, it is a spectacle, and I do like the spectacle side of it, which is a massive part of F1. But I don't expect the race to be great. I think it's just a real shame that the teams don't do this for their actual standard liveries, and they only do it for the special edition ones. Like, just put that effort into your main one, right? And let's just have some fantastic ones. Diode benders are nice. The plate you got on there is super smooth. Yeah, it's yeah, I can't remember what the name of the covering on the plate is. Oh, I've forgotten the name of it. Anyway, it's a type of like coating on the plate. And it just comes out super smooth off that printer. Yeah. Do you think of getting or building another 3D printer? I've literally just given one away. I actually had a Creality one that prints onto a conveyor belt, and I never got around to building it or setting it up, and it was sat here in the workshop for 2 years. So I actually gave it to a friend of mine, and he's been building it and testing it out this week, and it's been great because he's been streaming in like a little Discord server. He's been like streaming it, do its first print, and I got to watch it do it. Like, instead of it being sat in a box, it's actually getting used. But no, I don't plan on buying any more 3D printers for a while. I'm happy with the Mark IV and the XL. I'm very much in the Prusa camp. The only thing I might do is set up some cameras and stuff for remote monitoring and things, because I don't have that at present. But I used to do when I used to use Octoprint, but I've moved over to Prusa Connect, and now I need to figure out a camera solution. So yeah. Yeah, PEI, that is the one. Yeah. My mind is terrible at remembering things sometimes. PEI is absolutely it. The Ferrari livery was poo-poo. Yeah, yeah, okay. I don't disagree. Been looking hard into buying a 3D printer. Go Prusa. Like, I just recommend it. It's just, they're just so good for the value. They're expensive, sure, but the support you get is really good, and the build, like the guides to building everything, just unbelievable. The quality of them is just it's just really good. It's just really good. They should have gone full blue. Yeah, agree. If they'd have gone full blue, they probably wouldn't have got as many memes about it being blue as well, ironically. The cool thing about F1 right now is that it's seemingly more and more likely that Hamilton is actually some sort of prophet, because he just seems to know when the right time to jump ship is. And if you go back just to December, January time, and someone said to you, Hamilton's going to leave Mercedes, and Newey's going to leave Red Bull, and Max is going to be thinking about leaving Red Bull, and Horner's going to have this whole allegation slapped against him, and Gunther Steiner's not going to be at Haas anymore, and, you know, Alonso's going to be like really competitive and driving really well, and all of this kind of stuff. And someone told you this was going to be the state of the season if you're an F1 fan. You'd have said, nah, go away, stop making these things up. And if someone had told you Eddie Jordan would have been the one that would have extricated Adrian Newey from his contract at Red Bull and somehow managed to angle him onto a £100 million contract with Ferrari, you wouldn't have believed it. But it's looking likely that that's going to be true. It's silly season in Formula One this year has gone through the roof, and I'm here for it. I really am. I'm here for it. I genuinely think Hamilton has some sort of like precognition. Yeah. Wait, what? Wow. Wait, have I said something controversial here? Okay. If you guys want to play marbles, we need 10 subs, guys. If you guys want the chance to win some GMK sets, we need 10 subs, and we'll do marbles. But you've got like a... you got to like get those subs in now. Otherwise, it's going to have to wait until next stream when we might hit 200 subs. Can we have free marbles? No. No, never. Ferrari finally bringing it back, wins a championship after all these years. I'll fly you out. If Ferrari finally brings it back and wins a championship after all these years, I'll fly you out to Monza. Can someone clip this, please? Where Alvi says, if Ferrari finally brings it back and wins a championship after all these years, I'll fly you out to Monza. This is like a promise that we need to record here. I need a clip of this. So can someone please clip this? And because Alvi, I will 100% hold you to that. I have a like, if someone had said to you 6 months ago, there is a chance that Hamilton will go to Ferrari and Adrian Newey will design him a championship-winning car for the new regs in 2026, and he will win the championship. 6 months ago, he said, "Dude, what on earth are you taking? Because that is unbelievable news." Now, just 4.5 months later, 5 months later, Hamilton's already there. Well, from next year, Newey's probably going to be there. That's 2 out of the 3. They only need the car to be right to do this. How do I play marbles on the iPad again? Framed. Thank you so much for the 5 subs. We're only 5 short now. If you want to play marbles, guys, just 5 more subs, and we'll play marbles, and we'll give you away some GMK sets. We'll do like a free in-stock GMK. You can pick whatever set you want off the store, whoever wins. But we just need 5 more gift subs to make that happen. That's a written contract. I think it is, Izora. And like the fact that I read it out and saw it and did it, I think it absolutely is. If we get to play Marbles and Godly, I'll tell you how to do it. But we do need 5 more subs to do it. Like, I'm gonna like I have to be that person that enforces the sub rule. Like that's just gonna be the way I have to be these days. Thanks for the gifted sub. Yeah, thank you so much, Framed, for the 5 subs. That's really cool. Alex Oto's got a sub. Wow, Alex Oto's got a free sub. That's cool. Alex, I didn't know you were watching, but thank you for watching if you are. That's really cool. This is genuinely hands down, I promise. I'll even get you a flag and a cap. Ferrari's a religion in Italy. As much as it pains me to see Hamilton come here because he destroyed us for so long, we have a good chance. Dude, like, I'm not particularly a Hamilton fan. I'm a McLaren fan through and through, but I can feel myself becoming more of a Ferrari fan every single day. It's kind of scary. It's kind of scary. Yeah, it's kind of scary. Oh yeah, Frame giving me Alex Soto sub. Nice. That's really cool. I subbed earlier. Thanks, County. Okay, it doesn't look like we're going to make it today, but it means we're probably going to make it on Sunday because we're only 5 short now. So we'll see how that is. I'm really, really sad that we didn't get around to building any keyboards today, but tasty. It is what it is. Oh, Rob Rum, thank you so much for the subscription. We've got a hype train coming. Okay, we'll wait this out. We'll wait this out because we might see how it goes. If it's Sunday, you'll be on your PC. Good. Yeah, I think the Hamilton situation is going to be interesting. It makes me really excited actually for a lot of projects in keyboards right now, like Baron boards, McLaren inspired keyboard as well. It'd be cool to see like a Ferrari inspired one. Like I know, in fact we had that Testarossa one. That's just gone into group by Dang Keeps, hasn't it? I think it's Dang Keeps. Is it Dang? I'm sure it's at Dang Keeps. Maybe I was wrong. It's not. Where was it at then? Ferrari keyboard. Group by Balsa Supply, yeah. I don't know why I get Dan Keeps and Balsa Supply confused, but like it is really cool. Oh, thank you so much for the gift subs. Thank you so much. Guys, okay, we've hit the 200. Thank you so much. We will play marbles in a second. Yeah, I forgot that I said Ferrari keyboard, and then all of a sudden this happened. Calgary as well. Thank you so much for the gift subs as well, dude. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate that. We've got there. We are going to play some marbles in a second. Wait, is that all the pictures there is? But I do like the back end of this. I wish we were able to sell this. Guys, thank you so much. Mugan Silo, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. Kaz Online, thank you so much as well. Looking forward to meeting you at up. Dude, come and say hi. I'm going to be at the bar. I'll be there at the bar. We're already level 4 hype train as well. We'll definitely play marbles now. 100% play marbles, and the winner gets to pick any GMK set off the... He's just pinging now, thank you so much. Wait, what happened to the Tasty? Where did that go? Where did the Tasty go? I need to fix the widgets. Tasty. And there it is. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. Look at this back end, though. I really, really like this. Like, this just looks good. I don't think you can see my cursor, but not when we expand it. But yeah, you can do. Yeah, like this here. Click into the product page and there's a load of pics of the board. Is there? Okay. Yeah. Incredible. Front edge. It just looks good. That rear, it's the rear that I really like. It just feels Ferrari-esque. I do like how on the sides, the kind of the grooves kind of fade into nothingness, but they fade into nothingness on a curve. This is a good looking board. This scoop here, so reminiscent of like the headlight buckets. Yeah. The only downside is I don't know, like the bottom, I feel like it'd be nicer if it was like a screwless design, but I do really like this bit. I do. Yeah, looks great inside as well. Just, do they do a yellow one, like a Ferrari yellow? Bianco white? Oh, they do. Do we do a buy, guys? Do we do a buy here? Doesn't support ISO. Does a PCB support it? Is it 60 PCB? Does that support ISO? What layouts does this support? Is there a full picture of the PCB? Do we have ISO? Come on, make it bigger. What are you doing? No. No ISO. I think PT60 should fit though. Right? The PT60 should fit this. You know, I think the PT60 would fit. I think the PT60 will fit. Maybe we could make it ISO. PCB has ISO but not a plate? Nope. No ISO. No ISO. That's fine. PCB. Yellow. Plate choice. Do a palm plate myself. Probably go with aluminium. $567. What's that work out in pounds right now? It's not. Everyone knows the address for PT. $645. $64 in shipping. Jeez. Like the shipping if we did it from PT to balsa supply would be like $30, $30. Yeah, $645. We'll think about that. We will think about it. That's a lot, but I do like the keyboard. I think it's really, really good. Pound is 1.25. Just bought $60 today. Not a bad way to do it. The image flipped, but no ISO. Yeah. Isn't that the same PCB that the derivative used, or was that another McLaren one? I don't know, but like the PT60 should fit. Like it looks at it. No ISO job, but you're pointing. Wait, what? Was I looking at the bottom of the PCB? I'm sure I was looking at the top. Anyway, it doesn't support ISO. How do you feel about other companies making you buy root package insurance? Before we play marbles, let's talk about root package insurance. If you're buying from the US, it's absolutely worthwhile. The rules on courier and deliveries are different around the world, and the reason why it's really important in the US to get package insurance is because once it's handed to the courier, there is no the vendor has no legal responsibility for that package anymore. It's then on the courier. So whether you get money back from the courier if it gets lost is down to the courier, and most couriers don't pay out. Here in the UK, it's very different. As a vendor, I'm responsible for that package until you get it in your hands. And as a customer, like the courier is basically not culpable for their actions here in the UK. It's all on the vendor side, which is why we have specific contracts. I won't use a courier without us having a contract with them. And this is why I can't like do like a one package by DHL and just pay whatever the cost is, because we don't have a contract with them. And I need a contract with them to be sure that we can make sure that they will be culpable for their actions whilst they're delivering a package, because otherwise it's on me. And I'm not the one delivering it. So I don't want to put trust in someone else because I don't trust people. Corporations. So yeah, that's right. It's important. Just won't bother with a compatible plate. So either use a regular 6% one or make ask for a custom one with their file. Yeah, I'm going to think about it. I got the set the other day, thank you. What set was that, the unborn? I don't know. Is this why every is so terrible? All couriers can be bad. All couriers can be good. There is you pay for what you get with courier services. Like without a shadow of doubt, DHL offer the best service worldwide. And this is from experience. I've shipped hundreds of thousands of packages now from PT, literally hundreds of thousands. And DHL very rarely lose any. Like I can count on two hands the number of issues we've had in 100,000 packages with DHL. It's not many, but the cost is there. There is significant cost, and they put their prices up towards the back end of last year, and we're going to put them up again in January, which would have meant that like just shipping a desk mat in the UK, even with our really good DHL pricing, would have still been like £12 to ship a desk mat. It's not good. No one wants that. UPS were offering the same level of service on contract, and it's like £6. It's half the price, and that means we can subsidize it and give like free shipping if you spend £50, which is great. Or free shipping to the EU. Like we can ship to the EU for free and do all the duties and taxes paid as long as you spend £150. It's great. It's fantastic. We can ship to the USA for free as long as you spend 250 quid, because we're using UPS now and the prices are significantly cheaper and we can offset those costs. So UPS do have more failures than DHL, I won't lie, and that does take up some more of my time, but it is absolutely more beneficial to the customers to have cheaper shipping than pay more for shipping and also have significantly less sales because of the expensive shipping costs. So yeah, that's it. Okay, let's play some marbles, and the winner can have some free GMK, because everyone, who doesn't love GMK? Let's load up marbles. Okay. Arguably, Royal Mail is the worst at the minute, as I don't have the staff. Royal Mail is terrible. Right now, Royal Mail are tracked 48 with Royal Mail is closer to 2 weeks. We actually have, there's been quite a few orders where I've just shipped it via UPS because people have only paid for Royal Mail, but I've just shipped it via UPS because I don't want them to wait 2 weeks for that thing. Like, whatever it is, I just don't want them to wait for 2 weeks for it. So we're rarely shipping with Royal Mail. So we've gone from like 100 packages a day with Royal Mail to like 5 because I just don't want to use them. I just don't trust them. Let's do a Grand Prix on games. Let's see if you can see marbles. Right, okay, we're gonna do a Grand Prix. Let's do some community maps. I do like the community maps. Let's do 2 races. Let's do 3 races. 3 races, and let's do some random maps. Elimination, 50%. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's try that one. Let's do one with a really low elimination rate, 3%. Pretty heart waffle, like it, nice. Let's do one with a really high elimination rate, 70%. There we go. Rocky Rainbow Road. Okay, let's play. Yeah. I had to complain about them as the guy was throwing my parcels over the fence when I told him to put it in front of my porch and it was in my garden. Yeah. How do you play on iPad? Open up the chat and do !play. !play. Like you can see in chat here, just type !play and it'll put you in. More importantly, who doesn't like marbles? Kaz, I love marbles. Hooray for privatization. Gertie. Is that a conservative lean from you there? You just put a comment. You can play on anything. Yeah. !play. Only if you shoutcast F1 style. I always do. I always do. I always do. You'll either love or hate it. Right, okay, so we've got I don't know, 70 people in. We're gonna hit join and we're gonna play. You've got 20 seconds now to join. I don't know why I hit the join button, actually. We're starting in 13 seconds anyway. It's counting down. Okay, we're going to be fine. No clue how this works. Dude, basically, you don't do anything. All you do is put !play into chat, and this will do it automatically for you. And this is all luck-based, and we're just going to see who wins. So, everyone's basically a little marble. Like, look, here's Ungodly. He didn't know how to get in, but he's in. Everyone's got a little marble, and it's basically a giant marbles track, and it's the first to pip the post. So how we're going to do this is we're going to have... Oh, we need to catch up down. Where are people coming out? We're going to have 3 races, and whoever wins the Grand Prix overall and has the most points after 3 races, they're going to be the winner of the GMK set. So we've got Dennis Reeve is in the lead. He's looking really strong as we come down the wiggly windy section of the road here. I can see that Voidmane Jer has overtaken the lead there. I'm right in the middle of the pack here. J Prototype is right there. Tom Lieto is up and coming as well. Right at the back though, we've got Enigma and Imagov. Saberclass is there too, but he's still got plenty of chance. Blackbrook's taking a little while, but he's at the back. Looks like we've got Bosch and Poship and Voidmane Jer coming down here right now. I have no idea where the track goes next, so we'll see. Flinging people back up all the way to the top. Lazy Keiko is probably taking the lead. No, Poship's got the lead. We're rushing down now. There's another couple of set of obstacles to go here. Looks like a couple of people have died though. Lazy Keiko now has the lead, I think. This is really tense here. Loads of people getting stuck here as we go into these tubes. I don't know what's causing the issue. A-Sub now has the lead though. Everything's changing. Lots of marbles flipping people over as we go down the tube. Let's see if we can keep up. It looks like I've got a good chance of coming up as well, but A-Sub has a really big lead here. Are any of the stops going to stop him though? And he's got big jumps. Big jumps. A-Sub goes. He's survived so far. He's got a huge lead. I'm in second place though. And am I going to take him for the win here? Laserman has sadly passed away. He's dropping into oblivion. Aseb has got the lead though. Still some obstacles. We've got a little pot here, honey pot to come through. There's also some portals that someone might hit that might give them a lead. Looks like I'm dead. I'm sure I just saw myself die. Blackbrook died. No, I'm still alive. I'm here. But I'm miles behind. Smokeout is now in the lead. Remember, it's not the winner of this race. It's the winner of all 3 races, or the person with the highest points across all 3 races. So Smoked Out is in the lead now. They do take the win, I think. Have they taken the win? No, not yet. Not yet. Voidmanger might take the win. No. Smoked Out did take the win. Let's see who gets second. Where's it putting them? I don't know where it's putting you, but Voidmanger, Oxy, Rexel. I didn't even finish in the top 10. Clownfish, Alvi, Imagov, Charter Music, Bosch, and Michael J. Thank you so much. You guys are the top 10. Oh, it just loops you through. I see. Like, all the winners are just looping through. Like, there we go. Okay, so it's out. You don't win a prize, but you've got another 2 races to go. Let's see how we do across all 3 races. Think of this as like a Grand Prix, and whoever wins the season wins the prize. Feels like more than 3%. Maybe it was. That's just an average. Right, exclamation mark play. Get yourself in, guys. I'm in there as well. I'll give you guys a few seconds. Okay, you guys ready? 20 seconds. Here we go. I have no idea how this map works or where it's going to fling you, but I think it's going to fling everyone from the Waffle Skindergal over here. So let's see how that goes. Let's pan back a bit. 5 seconds left to go. Get yourselves in, guy. Exclamation mark play puts in. Would be funny if the marbles had our icons on them. Yeah, I wish that could be done. Here we go. People are going to race down to these portals and they're going to fly across. Everyone's jumping. Rue's in the lead. Rue has the lead. Is he going to hit the pot? He does. He survives. Everyone survived so far. No deaths yet. Everyone survived. Void Media's up there again. Rue's there too. Captain Reed coming through. Captain Reed owes me a DM. The Unborn, I'm there as well. I'm in the top 3 at the minute. Rue still has the lead as we come into the paddle room. Long way to go. How's the greenhouse going to pan out? Let's see. Rue's still out first. Voidmanger is there. The Orbag is coming through. Baroium is there as well. Godswaddle is coming through too. It's hard to tell who's actually in the lead because there's 2 different sides to the map here. It's all going to depend on how it coalesces back into a single route down at the bottom there. So let's see how this pans out as they come through the series of twists and turns. Blackbrook's at the back. Jaboil is in there still. He's got stuck in the greenhouse of death. I'm sorry, but you're struggling there, man. I really am sorry. Voidmanger and Deal Bag are probably in the lead. Obstacles, though. Obstacles coming. Rue's coming to help through. People are trying to bash through these obstacles, but no one's getting through as yet. All still to play for. It's all about who's got pace when these obstacles disappear. Someone at the back could absolutely take the lead here. Rue still has the lead. Definitely the right-hand side was faster than the left. La Labia is coming through too on the left-hand side, but it's definitely the right-hand side that's got it here, lighting up these circles as we go through. Definitely faster on the right-hand side here. Stinky Pop there. Quagri is probably just about in the lead now. Enigma's just behind him. The Unborn's dropped behind a bit. Laser Keiko's not too far behind. Right at the back, we've got Backbug and Zizora and Oh Spicy. Last Archive bringing up the rear. This side is definitely quicker, though, as we come down back and join everyone back up together. Enigma still has the lead. Splitting into 2 again. Voidmane has gone down one side. Enigma's on the other. Who's going to come out on top? Who knows? But the Unborn is coming through there as well. I think they're going to challenge for the lead in this section here. Enigma just needs one thing to stop him, and it might stop him getting to the finish line in first place. But it looks like he's got it. There's no more obstacle. Oh, there's one more obstacle. This could be anyone's race here. One big obstacle. Everyone's going to coalesce into a single point, and then there's some... Where are we going to go? Oh, we're going to go over here. Balaba. Is Balaba going to win? Balaba takes the win. Everyone else is coming through now. Loads of people flying through to the middle. Zekonub, the Unborn, Lion Keys, Enigma, Kargri, Alex OP, Dennis V, Torsian, and Rexol round out the top 10. Looks like everyone survived that. I didn't see a single death. That was pretty cool. Okay, last race to get some points in, guys. Let's do this final one. Rocky Rainbow Road. Jake could easily be a commentator for a horse race. I wish I could. If only I had a bigger catering budget. Not wearing the right hat? Absolutely. Right, get yourselves in, guys. We'll do this one nice and quick. Remember, whoever wins with the most points overall, if you win this race, it could give you the most points. Who knows? And whoever gets the most points is going to get a GMK set of their choice from the store. Nice and simple. Right, we're going to hit start. You've got 20 seconds to go, guys. Get yourselves into the race if you want to be. How is it possible that I'm so awful at marbles? It's all luck, Gemma. You just need to have better luck. So just pray to whatever god or goddess you believe gives you luck. And maybe you'll have better luck. I don't know. Send it to the pie gods. 24 rocks, here we go. Everyone's racing down into the pillars here. All still to play for. Looks like Clownfish has got an early lead, but they're going to fling back up on the other side. Neodod probably well in the lead, actually. With Jaboil, who was at the back last time, is now pretty much up there in the top 2 or 3. As you come through and through, let's see who's going to set the men from the boys out in the Pinko board here. It looks like just these two are out on the race on their own here. But Gemma comes flying through and takes an early lead. Look at that. You talk about luck. Unfortunately, you hit a block and your luck ended. But you did have a lucky streak there for a very split second. You were in the lead. Jaboil is still coming through. Zizora is at Alex OP as well. This is looking pretty strong from Jaboil. People bouncing back off these obstacles. There's a lot of obstacles. It's almost impossible to see them because of the way the map's designed here. Zizora probably has the lead. Trueblaze is moving fast though. Trueblaze skipping obstacles, moving fast and getting through obstacle after obstacle and taking the lead. Stinky Man is underneath but also making good room. Alvi, super speedy, super quick, making some moves there as well. Trueblaze is there too. A lot of different routes down here as well, so it's almost impossible to see who's in the lead now. I have no idea where we're going. No idea who's going to be on the Pinko board. I assume that people are going to have to come all the way down and through. Lots of people dying. Blackbrook's there as well. Rue might be actually in the lead. I don't really know. I'm just making this up now. Blackbrook looks like he's stopped and stalled. So maybe he's not going anywhere. Gemma is up there as well. I see myself somewhere in the middle. It's impossible to tell who's winning right now. Kaz Online might be the fastest, but they're all flying through portals and I don't know where they're going. JMS died. Lion Keys is apparently in the lead, but he's about to die as well, so I don't think that means anything. Lots of balls flying off the edge of the cliff and dying. Jenga dead. I don't actually know where anyone needs to go to finish this map, so this is chaos right now. I don't know who's in the lead. I just genuinely don't know. It feels like there's a load of loops, and people are getting stuck in all of these loops and flying around. Lots of people die. Omnibon might have just taken a quick lead. The Kiwi fell back onto the map. Is this going to be a win by a huge margin for the Kiwi? Is it? Rue's dead. Laser Keiko's dead. Oh, Spicy and Blind Disobedience are dead. Almost everyone's dead. Chartered Music comes way faster. Chartered Music, Voidmane Jerk, Gouty, Snicket, Captain Reed, Coden Keeps, Godzilla's Waddle, Zizora, Alvi, and Trojam round out the top 10. Congratulations, guys. Esrop Keeps, dead. Sorry. Free Juice, dead. Kiwi, dead. I'm dead. Jay's no longer in first. No. You're in top 10 first. Nice. Chad's Music won, but let's see who wins overall. So, we still have to wait for Void Media. Void Media is holding us up here. Like, we can't do anything until Void Media actually finishes. There we go. Wait, someone else? Or have we missed someone? Wait, what? Okay, maybe we just have to wait for the timer on this one to count out. I don't know. But we'll see who's won overall. Top 10 for once. Nice, Snicket, well done. Wasn't paying attention and won. Good game. Nice. Maybe that's a secret. Maybe not paying attention is how you win. Okay, so let's have a look at the final results. And we're just going to finish the Grand Prix. We'll look through points overall. So, for absolutely no prize, in third place, just bragging rights, we have Gouty. Congratulations. You come third. No points, no prizes, but you get third place. Bronze medal, well done. In second place, for no points or prizes, we have Charter Music, but you get that nice silver piece of hardware to take home with you. Not really to take home with you, it's metaphorical, but you know what I mean. And the winner, who gets to pick a GMK set from our in-stock range, shipped to them for free, is Voidmane Jer. So congratulations, thank you so much. Please reach out to Blackbrook or myself and drop us your information. If you're already a member of the store, you can just give us your email address and we'll ship it out to your address there. And tell us what set you'd like. For anything that's in stock right now that's a GMK set on the website, you can have. So there we go. Congratulations, Voidmane Jer. You are our winner today. Wow, let's have a look at the points and see how that worked out. 254 points, that's a pretty substantial lead there. Charter Music in second, Gouty in third. Smoked Out came third, Balaba in fourth, Balaba in fifth, Snicket in sixth, Oxy, Rikazol, Captain Reed, and Zasinob rounding out our top 10. Alvi in 11th, I finished in 12th, that's not bad. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's have a look and see who got like 69th or something like that. It's fun. Blackbrook, Mod, we'll call him out, 45th, not bad. Where did Gemma come? Have we passed Gemma? Gemma, 42nd. You beat the mods. There you go. That's good. 69th. Let's see who got 69th. Swoop got 69th. Nice. Let's see who came last overall. 82nd, Dr. Ventura. There you go. Congratulations, guys. Well done. No big prizes today, but that's it. Race is over. Thank you so much for that, guys. I really appreciate it. I will change the sub goal, and every time we hit the sub goal from now on, that's when we're going to play marbles for prizes. And that might be keyboards, it might be keycap sets, it might be anything. So, yeah, do watch for that. Do I get a prize for exactly 69 points? No, I'm afraid not. You get the prize of helping me set some Twitch stuff up. That's a great prize. It's a great prize. Some one-on-one time in my DMs. There you go. PCB fuck booby prize. Yeah, you can have a PCB before Queen next order if you want one. Cool. Okay. I've been streaming for like nearly 3 hours now. We did nothing but talk about crap. I really appreciate that, guys. I do need to go and solder some keyboards now, which I'm going to have to do off stream because otherwise you guys are going to distract me. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you had fun today. We'll talk about Norbauer stabilizers on Sunday. We'll talk about subathons on Sunday. We'll talk about some prototypes on Sunday, and we might even have some pictures for you. So yeah, take care, guys. See you again soon. I love you all, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a good rest of your week. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.